watching. Smoking weed, I'm blunting. No, this Jesus stunting. Ain't me like Jesus Russian. Eating knowledge, I got key consumption. Super Saiyan, water, B.I. eat peanut buzzing. Towards your family, they ugly. You can keep your cousin, most people puzzling. You want my time is by the hour and I need 100. I see your ship and see it sunken. Missing me, she keep on cutting. She a keeper, love a hot box, a beaming bucket. My demon, she seen a sucker. She bring me, need me, so fucking here for long haul. Press hold to God calls.
Bananas.
We are back. The hiatus is, I don't know if it's over.
Well, I'm about
Our
to be gone
schedule's
for a
all-
week, and then you're about to be gone for a week.
Who's going to be gone for a week?
I am. Well, at least till Thursday. Till next Thursday.
When?
I'm
I
leaving
didn't even know
Sunday.
this. You're leaving Sunday and you'll be gone until Thursday?
Yes.
Well, this is just
I mean, we
horseshit.
can do one
Went tomorrow.
Friday.
Oh, you mean next Friday? Yes,
Yeah, so
sir.
it won't technically be
Sub Seahawks.
It won't technically be like a whole as long as it's been this time. Are you getting a phone call right now?
Yeah, I am.
You about to take that?
No, I'm gonna.
No, that's what I'm saying. We literally just started.
Well, yeah, okay. He didn't know that.
Okay. Welcome to the Shirts Off Podcast. Charlie, the weather.
You do the fucking word of the day before the
Oh.
weather. Let's change
No, we
it up.
don't.
No, we don't.
I-
You always do the
What
weather
a damn
first.
lie.
Yeah,
You
we
I
need
didn't.
to
I
put-
said let's
What
change
in
it
the
up. I didn't
fuck?
say that's what we do.
What in the
Be
fuck?
prepared.
The weather in Blue Earth County, Minnesota is 66 degrees Fahrenheit. The precipitation is 15%. The humidity is 94%. And the wind is 5 miles per hour. It was called Blue Earth County because of the Blue Earth River, where they used to have blue clay that was evident from the skies as
Are
you
you
flow
making that
by.
up?
No, this is
Oh.
part of the Wikipedia.
Oh, okay.
But now it is not because of, pollution and whatnot.
What's the humidity?
It's gone.
Damn. It's always gone. All right, Amanda, the word of the day.
Urban Dictionary word of the day is mornhub. Mornhub.
Like MOURN?
Yes, sir.
So it's porn about dead people / porn about
Necrophilia?
necrophilia?
No.
Is it sad porn?
What if it's porn just about, like, like with porn stars that aren't alive anymore? Like, they're not dead in the porn, but they're not alive
It's
anymore.
porn that you're watching of people that have since died.
Yeah.
Like a post.
That's gotta be a thing, right?
Like
post
August
to us.
Ames. She died.
Yeah, I can't believe she died.
She killed herself.
Did she, for real?
Yeah.
Damn, that's fucking sad.
Yeah.
Hunter Bryce died in a car wreck.
I don't know who that is.
She was
I
like
didn't
from
know who
back in
August
the day.
Ames was until she died.
I knew of August Ames.
And then I watched a porn of her, and I did not like it.
because she died?
No, just I didn't like it.
Oh.
I just didn't like her.
Because she died. She died
Yeah,
in the fucking
yeah. I don't like her porn because she's not alive
Well, no,
anymore.
No, like
All I
it's-
can think of is death.
Well, no, like, it's for me, like, 'cause there are a couple of porn stars that I've watched that aren't alive anymore. And, like, I can't go back and watch their videos because I'm like, it's weird, like, 'cause they're not alive anymore. So it kind of feels like you're jerking off to a dead person, even though they're not dead in the video.
Interesting.
That is that is a mentality I will have with me going forward now that I was not ready for. I don't want to think about that, but I'm gonna.
I just be thinking about the big picture stuff, Charlie.
Right. So, okay, let me get this straight. We're back tonight after a long hiatus.
We're going to take another.
We're probably going to take
Week
another
hiatus.
week-long break at least, minimum. Unless we go live tomorrow. You guys working
I
tomorrow?
work until 9.
God damn it. Okay, so yeah. At least minimum it's going to be next Friday before we're live again. So we got to make this episode count. And then after that, Amanda's going to be gone for a week?
Wait, did we actually say what Mornhub was?
I don't think we did.
Oh, what's Mornhub according
Mornhub
to the thing?
according to Urban Dictionary, Mornhub is a nickname for a funeral home.
That's a terrible name. for
Use the
funeral home.
example. You gotta
The
use
example. Got any plans tomorrow? No. Well, I'll be going to my dad's funeral at the Mornhub.
I like it.
I don't know. I think the Pornhub jokes are much funnier than the real.
Well, for sure.
Yeah.
We're automatically funnier. We fucked up. We should have done the definition first. And then.
I will
It
see
wouldn't
you
have been
there,
that-
Seahawks.
Then
Seahawks
we-
is going to be in San Diego.
Oh, shit. Happy 1 year. See you. San Diego.
It's almost like I just said that.
No, I was just reading aloud.
You were mumbling out
Yeah.
loud. We could only make up San Diego. The rest is like,
I was mumbling to myself.
we're aware. Anyway,
Yes.
so we got that. You're going to be gone till Friday. I'm leaving for San Diego on the 6th, and I'll be there for 5 days.
Wow.
When's the 6th? So like we'll
On the
do one.
6th.
We'll be gone for a week. Then we'll do one, and then like
We'll have to try and cram a bunch into that week or two that you're
it's
from
so
when you
it's
back.
literally the week before. Like it's like a weekend, probably 3 days
Before what?
before you go when I get back.
When you're leaving Sunday?
No, I'm talking about like when I get back from when you leave. So like when I get back, you'll
hold
leave
on.
like a week and some change after I get back.
You're getting back on Thursday, right?
Yes.
Okay. Well, today's Friday the 16th, so that's the 23rd is when you'll get back.
Yes, and then we have a week, and then some like
Well,
3 days.
2
before.
weeks. A week and 6 days. The 23rd, 30 days plus 7, and then 6.
Yeah, but you're like leaving
2
the
weeks.
6th, right? So
yeah,
that
it's
means
13 days. It's a 1 day less than 2 weeks.
But with
Very
your,
fast
But
math.
with your new work schedule, we'll only be able to do like Wednesday, Friday, or Saturday.
Yeah, but that still doesn't change the fact
That's-
that it's more than a week and 3 days.
That's
You said a week and 3 days, and it's a
like
week and
at
6
the
days.
most
It's almost 2 weeks.
6 podcasts.
That's a lot
maybe
of
7
podcasts. That's
podcasts
more than
with
we did in the
Caroline.
last 4 weeks with the
True.
same schedule.
Yes.
Actually, less than that of the
and
same
it wasn't
schedule.
the same schedule though.
It was for the last 3 weeks.
Uh,
Oh, immediately gives up on his argument.
no, I realized I'm not logged into Twitch on my laptop.
Shitty.
You just did not prepare.
Huh?
We sat here and opened Pokemon cards for
Oh my
2
God.
hours, and you did not get your stuff ready.
I feel like
We are.
I feel
We've been
like
live for 11 minutes.
I feel like I'm being judged, and I don't appreciate it.
What's up, Genji? I love you, man. I wish you were going. I'm sad that
Did
you're
you
not.
know Robbie deleted me on Snapchat?
I do know that he deleted you on Snapchat.
I'm sad about it.
Why'd he do it? Is there a
Wait,
reason?
when did you find out?
Is there
The
drama?
other day, I just if there is, I had no idea that was
Why'd you
drama.
do it? Is it funny?
Yeah, why
Is there
did he
dra-
do it?
is
That's
there
for
drama?
Robbie to answer. It's not
Well,
for me to answer.
What
Robbie.
do you mean? You
I'm
can't
not
just say
Robbie.
it. Yeah,
Text
but you
Robbie.
can't just.
Text
I don't-
Robbie and tell him to come talk to us.
Yeah, I don't like. What do
Do
you
you know
That
his
also might be
information?
a problem too because
Ugh.
he
Did he
doesn't-
block you? Too? Damn. What
He
did you
blocked
do,
us
Amanda?
all.
He didn't block me.
It had to do with
He's
Amanda.
mad that we didn't go live for
Yeah,
almost a
no.
month.
He was
probably
very
would've-
stressed out a whole entire time.
Really? Because we didn't go live?
No,
Wow, Creighton.
no.
I was joking. Creighton was like, "Really? Is that the reason?" It's
I
very
personally-
egotistical of you.
Well, I can't
He
help
makes
it.
everything about him. When we were talking about this the other fucking day, I can't remember what the situation was, but he went on this rant why something was a bad idea for somebody else.
Oh, I know what you're
And
talking
yeah.
about. It was with George.
It was with George, and so he's like, "Oh, I think it'd be a bad idea." And I was like, "Well, why is that, Creighton?" He goes,
I need coffee.
and he, "Are you gonna listen to my fucking story?" Okay. Damn, I was like directing it towards him 'cause we were all present in the conversation. Anyways,
We were temporarily.
so I was like, "Why?"
That's the right code. Fuck out of here. Yeah, wait, it is the right code. Okay.
Amanda, please continue. Creighton, shut the
Anyways.
fuck up.
Anyways, he was just like, "Oh, I think that would be a bad idea." It was something pertaining to George.
I
don't
know.
if we
I
wanna
remember
go.
what it was.
Was it the hangout? Do we say it? I don't think we say it. I
Can
don't-
we say it? I thought it was really funny.
Yeah. So
Well, no.
what?
Cheers.
Oh,
Oh, yeah.
I thought you were letting me
Cheers.
have one.
Cheers.
He's too far from me. You cheers him.
Uh,
Yeah,
already sipped it.
we've all cheersed each other.
So I was like,
It was about George's romantic pursuits.
Chris, I
Yeah.
love you. Romantic pursuits.
Well, and moving closer to where we're
His
at
romantic
now.
fursuits. Sorry,
Yeah, there you go.
It's a pun. Anyway,
But I was like, you could just hang out with George, and he's like, I don't know about that, and I was like,
Mhm.
why not? He's like, I don't want to mess up what he's got going. I was like, so you, 100% straight man, think
Mhm.
you're gonna mess up what he's got going? Who he is also 100% straight.
are we
and-
sure?
I just know how it is.
Hold on.
Anyways,
Are we
anyways,
sure
wait,
that
wait,
Creighton is
Let
straight?
me fucking finish the story. So I'm like, why do you think that is a bad idea? So he goes on to. I literally toned him out after because it was like
Tune me out? You
Yeah,
mean not
whatever the
toned
fuck
me
it
out?
was.
We can
And-
figure out a reason to make toned you out make sense.
Well, he themed the whole reason around him and himself. So
Yeah.
I like he.
Well,
stopped,
that's all Creighton does.
He stopped talking. I was like, so basically, the reason why you don't want to hang out with George is because of you. I was like, you have made the reason.
So the reason is because of you.
Yeah, I was
We
like,
could get a picture of Creighton on a shirt and just have it say the reason is because of me.
Well, I was sitting there. I was
And
just
it
like,
just it could mean
Well,
mean
no,
everything to every situation.
I just
I don't
know how
even
it
want you
is.
to fucking validate the reason behind it. He laughed for a straight like minute after that because he knew it was fucking true.
It's true.
Nothing of
Of
what
course
he
it's
said.
true. You've
No-
never said. You've said so few things more accurate. You've said a lot of things that were right and a lot of things that were bad shit crazy. That might have been the most true thing you've ever said on this podcast.
The absolute silence after like he got done with his
and no one
reasoning,
watching will understand.
The after
Because they don't hang out with him.
after the reasoning. And mind you, this is
This is
bad podcasting. This is bad podcasting by us because we're the only ones that this attributes to, but I don't care
for a
because
second what it
I
was
feel
about?
you.
Let
this
me
is
weigh
us,
in on what it was,
No,
though.
Ryan. We literally had not fucking talked for 5 days before this, and he calls me up with this bullshit, and I silenced. I was like, so you really ended up making this fucking situation about you. And he started laughing like that, like his dumbass fucking
You
laugh.
silly little, I can't believe they got me
A
laugh.
minute and a half, and I'm sitting there like on the other end, like I don't know whether to fucking hang up on, because like the rest of it from there on out was all about
Is
him.
it not the best? Do you ever just like look at your phone and hang up on him in the middle of him talking?
No,
I
I
do
haven't.
it
I've ignored
do
his
it
phone
so
calls
much.
because I knew it was
Oh,
gonna
yeah.
be straight stupid.
I can't ignore it because there's always potential for gold. So I have to answer at least and see what the like topic is. But then sometimes I will literally listen to his opening statement and just like not respond.
It's
and
almost
hang
like
up.
he knows when I'm frazzled and stressed out and I'm at work.
Right?
Because he will
How
call
does he
me.
know? It's always when I'm really upset about something, and he just it's like
Yeah.
4 things have happened in a row, and then fucking
Then I
I get the fucking phone, the ringtone goes off, and I'm like,
That was my last week, and so
I'm an omen.
he calls me and he's talking to me and he's
"You're
like,
what the omen warns of, you
Yeah.
fucking lunatic."
he was like, "Are you okay?" I'm like, "Yeah," and he's like, "You don't
How
sound
did he
okay."
know?
Yeah, no, he's like,
She
"You don't sound
didn't.
okay."
She had this tone in
And
her
I was
voice.
like, I was at fucking work, and I really didn't want to answer your phone call. And so he was like, would you like to talk about it? I was like, and that's like the trick question, because I say no, and he's like, well, then there is something to talk about. And I was like, there's nothing to talk about.
One time I was talking to Creighton in person, hanging out with him, and you were
You
at
just
work.
really fucking cut me off.
Well, it's
though.
about what you just said. You were at work, and he was like, "Well, you should call him in." I was like, "I'm not gonna call her. She's at work, right?" And he was like, "Yeah." Why not? I was like, "'Cause she's not like you. She doesn't like picking up the phone at work. She's not gonna call me when she's at work. She's not gonna pick up the phone."
I also don't have the fucking time.
And then the phone
You
rang,
do.
and then the phone rang, and it was you, and you were at work, and I was like, and he was like. And I was like, fuck. Like, Amanda? And you were like, I'm fucking upset about this fucking dumb shit. I don't remember what
I
it was. You were
told
mad
you.
about something that we texted you
I
about.
told you.
Wait, what was it?
It was something about, like, a schedule for the podcast. But
Oh,
it was just happenstantial. It was one of those moments where he finally got to be right about something.
Yes.
Yeah.
Like, you should call her. I was like, she doesn't want to talk right now. She's at
She
work.
ta- I
And then you
call her-
called in that moment.
I call her all the time while she's at work. I literally go out of my way to only call her when
I'm
she's
either
at work.
always at work or he's always just like he has that inkling whenever
All
I'm
that,
at work.
all that was just to say that you don't like phone calls at work. Go on. Sorry. I was reinforcing what you said.
I lost
I-
my fucking train of thought.
Look,
I'm sorry.
if I may
love
weigh
you.
in here for a second, what I said was true about George. Because I knew George, like, I have this feeling,
What'd you
know,
say?
that if I'm going to hang out
No,
with
no,
him,
no. What'd you say? What was true? What'd you say that was true? Let's start there.
I want to know
Let's
how
not
he
let's not
remembers that.
let's not explain why you were right. Let's figure out what was right or not real quick.
So I said that George would fall in love with me, and I don't want to mess up
yeah,
his
that's not
relationship.
that's just not
You
true.
know?
I toned that, or
I've met
I
George.
tuned that out completely.
I've met George, I think 4 or 5 times. All 4 or 5 times, he has met the idea of being in the same vicinity as you or talking to you, and literally, quite literally, 2
But
times,
that was
the
different.
idea of being your friend was brought up, and all 5 times, visible
But it-
disgust.
but
Let's-
it's different
no,
now.
Wait,
It's different
Let me
now.
tell you. So a few months ago, it was probably about February, March. I
Yeah,
go in there
That was a
and
long
visit
time. February.
George.
Yeah, it's been a while.
Yeah, I went up
At
there
least
and
6
visit.
months.
Hey, can you
Shut the
fucking let me
fuck
finish
up.
my fucking story? Are you done?
Freak
Yeah.
out, dude.
Okay.
Go ahead.
So I went up and visited George at the store, and he came
Let's
back
just do
there.
the
and said-
podcast, you and me, from now.
I
Let's
know,
just fucking kick him
That's
out.
what I'm about to say. But so we start talking. Creighton finds us, comes back there, and starts talking to us. And he's like, George, we gotta go to a movie sometime. And George literally was like, I don't want to go to a movie with you. And Creighton's like, with you know how Creighton is with the puppy dog. Why not? And he's
Why
like,
not?
I get enough of you at work.
Yes.
Every day.
But see,
Why
that
would I
That's what
wanna
this
do
podcast
But
feels
that
like.
was
Yeah.
a job.
He's changed. Since
I wanna
then.
know
He
why
wants to
he
be out-
changed.
Well, you already know
Yeah,
why.
of
We've discussed
course.
at length off
Yeah.
the podcast.
I just hate you.
You just hate me?
That's what I'm gonna go with.
I-
In this
I-
moment, I
look,
hate you.
I know why he's changed, and let me explain. Like, I take a minute to grow on people. You know what I mean? So, like, for some people it's like right
well,
away.
they just haven't
then-
hit your
Well,
haven't hit your
no,
going
hear
out of
me
town
hear
arc
me out,
yet.
Hear me out. Like, when I do grow on people though, it's like instantaneous.
One of the
you
most
know?
peaceful times of my life was the year and a half that we weren't friends.
I would say the whole month that I haven't been around him
Yeah.
was the most peaceful time, and that was the most stressful
And you were
part
still
of my
stressed.
life.
She brought that up on the phone the other day. She was like, I don't know how to feel. I don't know if I want to go back to the podcast because you and Charlie stress me out so
I
much.
didn't say Charlie.
Did you say yes? You did.
No, I did not.
I heard me.
I
though,
didn't
Charlie.
know. Yeah, you hear what you want to hear. It's that
That's
male
true.
selective
God,
hearing.
you hear so much that you want to hear.
No, but he was just like, how do you feel? We haven't seen each other in forever. I was like, I don't know if I want to come back because I was, even in my most stressed points in the last month, it wasn't as bad as when I come up in here
Hey, Oxy.
and deal with his fucking ass.
And
Yeah.
here you are back.
Here's what we should
It was a
Yes,
good
me.
solid hour and a half without you, and then you came
Yeah,
in
we
and
were-
I
we were having a
instantly
blast.
started shaking.
Amanda brought over very old Pokemon cards, and she had like fucking 25 or 30 first edition cards, a bunch of like holographic cards, like from fucking 25 years ago, like crazy shit. I mean, we probably pulled $3,000 or $4,000 worth of cards out of that binder, and sleeved them up and got them fucking protected. And only like out of like 30 or 40, there was only like 4, maybe 5 that were in like not decent shape. Like the rest
Yeah.
were, some were in fucking perfect shape, some were in pretty great shape, but there were 3 or 4, maybe 5 that were just kind of like a little rough, had a little like dings on them. That Ninetales was like the biggest sad one because of that
Yeah.
fucking scuff on the top.
Yeah.
She had a holographic Ninetales with a scuff on the top. Don't say yeah, you don't know.
You told me about it when
actually-
I got here.
He actually was going.
$1 million right there. Yeah, that's what I'm saying, basically.
Was that the one where you were trying to cut it off?
No, that was the.
I couldn't remember.
I
which
wouldn't
one.
have even tried that on
Yeah.
anything, but it was on the Parasect, which was like in perfect condition, was only like a $40 or $50 card, which is still $40 or $50, but like it's worth trying to get that smudge off.
Yeah. I had a really good time with it though.
Yeah,
I was
I
like
had a blast.
so happy
And
that
then Creighton
it
opened
made
the
you
door.
happy.
She let me keep a couple of the first generations that she had duplicates of, and I've never received a better gift.
All for
imagine
you,
I
Charlie.
really cried. How crazy would that be? Imagine I was that serious before. Like I like them. Imagine I started crying.
Yeah.
I cried at a
remember-
movie. I cried at a movie the other day.
Wow.
It was
Must
the
be nice.
First time in a long
You
time.
cried at a movie?
Yeah,
What the fuck? What movie?
it's called Life Itself.
I cried last
Ah,
week,
that
but it
seems
wasn't
like the
over a
kind-
movie.
That seems like the kind of movie you would cry at.
You don't even know what it is. What'd you say?
I said I cried
no,
last week,
just
but it
from
was
the title. Sorry, go ahead. You cried last week, but it wasn't over the movie.
it wasn't about a
What was
movie.
it? What'd you cry about?
That was when we had to give the keys up to our old apartment.
Oh,
that's definitely a
yeah.
cryable
which,
moment.
Which this is it's rough because this was like our first like I had it like wrote down. I can't remember what I called it. It was like our first like not escape kind of apartment, but we went through a lot of rough shit at our old apartment. So this new apartment was like our
Yeah.
like it was a fresh start apartment.
Yeah.
The full clean. The
Yeah.
first clean.
The one that you moved from just now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so I Ashley left like after she packed her stuff. She left and like I went there the night before we returned the keys or whatever. And I was picking up the last of everything and I packed it all up and I went back into the apartment, which is probably the absolute worst thing to do.
Yeah.
And I bawled. Like I like literally on the floor ugly cried. I was like, I don't know what to I was literally weighing my options whether I should sleep there with there was nothing
Well,
there.
he's on the floor.
Yeah, there was
Yeah.
absolutely
No, I
nothing
know what you
there.
mean.
And I was like, oh man, like I didn't like the apartment, but I was like, there was a lot
I think-
a lot of shit.
I think I would have had a similar experience at my last house if the circumstances, which we're not going to get into, but if the circumstances of us moving out weren't so weird and the setting that the house was in when we left wasn't so weird, I think I would have had a similar response. 'Cause like that house, I went through so much shit at that house, like just so many different things in
We-
my life happened while we were in that house.
Yeah.
We both did.
Yeah, both of it. Creighton
Yeah.
and I both. I mean, our whole
Me,
friendship
you,
started.
Quentin,
Yeah, our friendships.
George. You remember
George,
being
yep.
there? Yeah.
Tori,
Tori.
everybody. I mean, the whole Learn TV arc of my life was in
Yeah.
that house.
Mhm.
Like it was fucking
That's
crazy.
where me and you watched Game of Thrones together.
Yep, it was.
Well,
Well,
that's
it's
where
where it's where
That's
I
where
watched
we-
and
that's
you were
where
on
we
your
watched
phone.
Legend of Korra together. We
It's where
watched
it's
all
where
of
I
Legend
watched
of
Game of
Korra.
Thrones and you were on your phone.
That's where we watched all of Avatar: Last Airbender together.
Mhm. Yeah. Okay. Keep deflecting. Anyway,
It was like the like
if I ever move out of here, which like obviously, I mean, I'm going to one day, but like whenever I move out of here, it's gonna suck 'cause I
Yeah.
really this chapter of my life, living here with Mike, and like becoming even closer as friends. We were already really close friends when I moved in. Like we had become over the last. From the time I moved in, the 3 or 4 years previous, we had become pretty close. But ever since, I mean, it's like he's like my big brother or big cousin that I never got to hang out with kind of situation. You know, he's fucking 13 years older than me or something, or really like 30. I always say I always like jump to like fucking 13 or 15 or something, and then
But
I'm
it's
like,
not
Well,
that.
he's fucking
you
50.
are 50. You are 52 though,
Yeah, you
Charlie.
are. You
Yeah,
guys
you're
are
right.
pretty
I'm
close to
actually
age.
older than Mike.
Didn't you guys go to college together? or
Yeah,
something?
probably. I keep because the thing is him. He's such good friends with my dad's friends from the poker games that are all like in their mid-30s, and so I always. I do this all the time. Like, Creighton can tell you. All the time, I'm like, yeah, he's like 30-something. I'm like, oh, he's 50. He just turned 50. When I met him, he was in his late 30s.
Yeah.
And he just fucking turned 50
He
years
stayed
old.
30 to you.
He's
like,
been
from that
30 ever
first
since.
time.
He's looked the same since I've known him. It's crazy.
Yeah.
Dude, Italians,
A-
we don't fucking age, man.
April still doesn't believe me about when I told her that he was
We'll just have
50.
to ask him to, like, look at his
I
ID
didn't
one
believe him
day.
either.
Yeah.
I thought he was.
You guys
in
will
his
just have to,
30s.
like, tell him to show you his driver's license or something next time we see him.
So I have like a weird experience with moving. I've only like done like one major move once when my mom left my dad that I really remember. And the other times my dad has moved, but
yes,
I wasn't living with him full time, so it didn't really feel like moving, you know what I mean?
What a
like, it
weird
would be
way to
kinda
say
sad.
that. We weren't living together full time.
Well, no, because like
It's
we would
part-time
see, we would
living.
Well,
see
I have
my
to-
dad
I have to
every other
piggyback
weekend,
off of
so
this,
it's
though.
like it's really it was different because my
Yeah.
dad, you know, my dad's moved like it just in
Fucking-
the time
In the
that me
time that
and-
I've known him, I think he's lived in 6 different homes.
That's what I'm saying. And before that, there were 6 other different
There were
homes.
2 that I didn't even ever get to that house because he moved out of them before I could have a chance to come visit.
In that like amount of time that we weren't friends, he moved like twice.
Yeah, like fucking what?
Well, I've moved Well, this was my 4th move.
He's
and
lived in within 3 different houses since I've lived in this house that are within a mile of here.
Yeah. wait. Before you do your piggyback thing, I want to list everywhere he's moved real quick. Okay.
Well, let's
no,
be careful.
No. I'm not gonna name addresses or
Okay.
anything like that. I'm just gonna say general areas. So he lived down the road from this house
Yeah,
at first. when my
literally,
parents-
like
Yeah.
we could throw a football to where he
Yeah.
lived on this road right
Where
here,
when my parents got divorced, that's where they were living at.
and that's only like a quarter mile away.
So he moved from there to Great Falls, moved from Great Falls to Buford, then from Buford to Pageland, then back to Buford, then
my God.
then back to this neighborhood.
The fucking one over here.
Yeah, the one at the pool, and
Yeah.
then from that house to the house behind Pizza Hut,
Oh
then-
my God.
then to the lake, and then from the lake to a different lake house, then from that lake house to Camden, and now he's back at the lake again.
It's fucking wild.
Yeah,
That's
That man
he-
moves.
That man journeys.
He goes all over. He
And I
finds
mean,
new- new
has
house.
like a whole ass family with him. It's not just him moving by himself anymore.
Yeah.
He's got like him, 2 kids, a wife,
Right.
3 dogs, a boat.
A boat.
My
Yeah.
dad was similar when he was a kid. He moved, like, his family moved, like, I think he said he was in, like, 19 houses by the time he was, like, 18.
That's,
That's
wild.
crazy.
They would, like, move more than once,
I think I would
a
feel
year.
more at home in a suitcase then.
Yeah.
right? Like, well, man, at a certain point, you have to be at that point, you know? I mean, there are people that just live out of their fucking backpack.
I don't adapt to change like that well.
40 to
Well,
50
no,
times.
You don't. But like, if it's something you've always done,
Yeah.
then like it's not really adapting to
Oxy,
change.
what the fuck?
Or if anything, it's being so adapted to change that it doesn't really affect you. You know what I mean? You said you've only moved like 4 major times in your life.
Well, the first major time was literally from Cleveland to Charlotte.
Yeah.
That one was chaotic, but this last one was probably the most not unplanned. It was just
Where have I lived?
not organized.
Are you okay, Charlie?
I'm trying to think how many times I've moved.
Well, not only are you interrupting Amanda's story.
I'm
with
sorry.
your
I was
wild
that was
thought
more thinking to
process.
myself. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No.
I apologize.
Well, I think part of the last time, like this being so rough, is because I wanted to move, but I didn't want to move because
Yeah.
that was like like that was
It's
the
a
last,
weird feeling, right? Like when you
well, it
when
was
you
the last place
you
that
don't just want to,
actually
you know
lived,
you need
like-
to.
Yeah, it was the last place we all lived together.
Yeah.
And I think that was, I'm going to get emotional now, but it's
gonna
rough
tear up
because I was
Amanda?
like, I achieved highs there. I had like my lowest lows there, and like we were all there, It's like Ashley doesn't have a room at our house anymore.
Yeah, I noticed that when you guys moved in.
Well, look, you gotta look at it this
She's
way.
got a couch.
She's married.
She is
Yeah.
married.
She's
Well,
okay.
I will
Moved
say,
out.
I will say, the whole time that they visited us this time, they spent a lot of the time at our new apartment because it's just
Well,
that.
yeah, where
fucking
else
good.
were they?
It's
gonna
a nice
go?
apartment.
They stay at her.
Me and Creighton helped Amanda move some of her stuff to her apartment.
You
It's a
should see it now.
it's a gangster
I got a
apartment.
new
Like
bed
it's a
set.
It's nice.
My very first bed set,
Like, can I weigh
ever
in?
in my 26 years of living. My first,
You've never had a bed set?
No,
What do you
That's
mean?
nice.
I've
What's
never.
Wait, hold on. What's a
I've
bed
never
set?
had a
It's
new
like a
mattress. I've
frame
never had a.
Oh,
Yeah.
like everything new.
Yeah.
Like
Okay.
nightstands too, or no?
Yeah.
Ooh.
Well,
Damn, you
it's
got a new
lamps?
bed. Like
It's
you got a new
gently-
bedroom.
Well,
What
listen, it
about
was
lamps?
gently used.
What about lamps?
Gently used.
Lamp-
No, I don't
No
need
lamps?
lamps. I got a big old ceiling fan.
Yeah, but like you need lamps
Big
like
ol'
from when you're
ceiling
like.
I want to
reading
get
at night.
LED lights, honestly, because like.
That's too much. No, for you it's fine, but that would just be like no.
Okay.
No, go ahead. Sorry.
I
didn't
mean, that was just about it. I mean, I have a whole bunch of ideas, but I still have to.
That's
get
where my
unpacked.
life ended.
Yeah. I still have to get unpacked.
my goal in life was to buy my own bed set, and now we're done. We can pack it up.
You don't realize how like
It's a big-
privileged I feel right now.
Yeah,
because
it's
I
a big
have
deal.
one.
I get it.
It's a
I
big
get
deal
it.
when you've never done like any big moment like that in like living that you're
Yeah.
doing a thing you've never done is like such a.
I've never
It's like in a
had
video game when
new-
you fucking level up. I mean, it really feels like
Exactly.
a level up.
I'd never
Exactly.
had a new mattress. Never.
I felt the same
I've
way
never had one
when
either.
I bought my own
All
like, my
mine's are
first car
hand-me-downs.
by myself. You know, like it
Yeah.
was it was really like moving. You know.
Yeah.
Growing up, moving on
yeah,
up in the world.
exactly. Yeah.
The first house I lived in, I barely remember. I remember having a dream about a dinosaur and then waking up and going to the kitchen at night and stealing McDonald's French fries out of the bag.
Was that the
That's-
Columbia house?
One of them. I lived
Okay.
in a few places, Columbia, Lexington, all over when I was a little kid. We moved from that house to the first house that I really remember living in, which was the house at the lake, at Lake Murray. And I have a few memories from there, most of them dark and scary and sad because it was when my parents got divorced. Like, the memories are sad. I remember the neighbor's dog dying. I remember our dog dying. Like, just bunch of fucking sad shit happened when I was, like, 5 to 6.
Damn.
And then we moved from that house to Cedar Cove, Lake Murray, or Cedar Cove, Lexington, whatever it was. It was, like, literally fucking, you could, like, hit a golf ball from where we lived to our elementary school, Lake Murray Elementary, which was a great elementary school. And we were there for a while. I have a lot of memories from there, mostly crazy babysitters. They were hilarious. I got to call them. I got to figure out how they're doing in life. Some of those. Like, you know what's crazy is when you realize that all of a sudden that was 20 years ago. And so, like, these fucking teenagers that were, like, you know, having boyfriends are, like, in their 30s and 40s now. Like,
Yeah.
that's so crazy
They
to
were
me when I think of
babysitting
that.
you at 30?
No, they're in their 30s and 40s
No, I'm
now.
talking about
Are
you were
paying
30
attention?
and they were babysitting. you.
Anyway, fucking, I moved from there. That was the last house that we lived in Columbia. That's when we finally moved back to Lancaster. It was when I was like 12, and we lived with our aunt because that was when the housing market crashed, in ways that I will not describe to a T because it's just one, too much data, and two, like, there's no need to. When the housing market crashed, it directly affected my family. Like, that was like the reason my dad was doing very well. I'll say that just flat, and he ended up that happening fucking ruined a lot of shit.
Yeah.
So we moved back to Lancaster, or I say back. He moved back. We moved there for the first time. We'd always been in Lexington, Columbia area as kids, and when we moved here, we lived with our aunt first, and then we moved in to a house in Rum Valley, which is by McDonald Green Elementary, and then from there we moved to the house down the road that ended up burning down, and now I'm here.
Mm-hmm.
That has been my movings on since I was a little kid. And I would say the only time that I was like, I can't believe we're moving, was the last one when that house burned down. Like, we were in the process of moving out anyway, and then it just fucking happened to burn down. It's crazy.
Mm-hmm.
And I was sad 'cause I had some stuff still there when it burned down.
Yeah. That was a pretty
But I
dope
got-
house too. Like
That house was fucking cool,
you
man. The
don't-
layout was weird. Like, no one will ever understand.
yeah.
Like,
unless you were there, you don't get it.
it was a fucking weirdly, like, you felt like it was an old house and a new house at the same time.
Yeah.
Like, it had such a weird layout, and
Like your room was definitely your room.
yeah.
Caroline's room was definitely Caroline's.
Yeah, like,
room.
everyone's room was, like, it
It
was
was
weird.
them.
Everything made sense.
Yeah.
Like, it was like
the
us
layout
moving
of
there.
The house made sense.
Yeah, it was such a weird little house.
Your dad's like living room / his room area.
Yeah.
Like, that you always smoked in was his.
Yep,
like,
the fucking sunroom was
like,
fucking gangster.
and the funniest thing was like when I remember the very first time I came over there. It was like I had always been coming over.
Remember the window that cranked open that had a ramp for
Yes.
Evie to go in and out?
Yes.
We had a backyard that you could only access from the house out of a window. So we got a door that was left there by the last owners or the last renters or whatever, and we put the door sideways on a chair and made a little ramp for my dog Evie to go up and down so that we didn't have to like fucking walk her outside down this fucking 25-foot ramp, go all the way around this little building, and then let her out into the backyard to use the bathroom. So we got this window and just fucking we would crank it open so she could go out, and it was fucking awesome. And she destroyed that ramp. This little monster. That dog was a lunatic.
Could you imagine like going back in time and telling yourself, "Hey man, like we're in a basement now doing a podcast."
I mean, if it was you and me, no, I'd have no trouble believing that.
Yeah.
If it was me and anyone else, I'd be like, a basement? But the fact that you're there, I'd be like, me
Yeah,
and
it makes
Creighton,
sense.
we belong in a basement doing a podcast. Maybe one day we'll graduate to the 3rd floor or something.
They'll be like, young you would be like, "What happened to my house?" And then older you would be like, "I don't want to talk."
Don't,
about
let's look. It's going to happen. You're not going to be there. Everything's going to be okay.
it." Me talking to my younger self would be like, "Dude, invest in crypto."
Dude, for real. Holy shit. God
You'd be
damn
like,
it.
"What about the future? Don't worry about it. Just invest in
Invest in
Everything will
crypto,
be
buy
okay."
gold. Just fucking buy a house, buy land.
My
Holy
younger
shit.
self would
Let
most
everything
definitely
else happen
not
the way it's
believe this
supposed to.
shit.
It would be
For
crazy.
sure.
I see pictures of younger you. I'm like, damn, she would not be cool with any of this.
Everything that's happened to us in the last like 3 years, 4 years, like me and Creighton, you too. I mean, just you being here at all. Like, I wouldn't have guessed, 1, that we would even have a 3rd as quickly as we did, and 2, that I would ever have actually liked the person that we did it with. Like, I was so convinced. We tried so many people. I know we've talked about this before, but we tried so many people, and I was like, man,
We really did.
me and Creighton are just so crazy. It's going to be hard for anyone else to really hate him like I do.
And then I
And-
found someone.
and
He
then it
said
worked.
perfect. From the day he met me, he's like, "You should be on my podcast."
It was fucking...
And I was like, "Fucking podcast."
And then he brought you over, and I was like, here he goes again with fucking number 12 or some shit person he just brought over without asking.
You gotta
Time to
keep
do a
trying.
podcast with them.
You got to keep trying until you succeed.
I remember the first time I came in here, you were like, "Amanda, how are you doing? It's nice to see you again." You fake motherfucker. You
No.
That's
fake
not how
motherfucker.
you talk to people
No.
that you're
Literally.
really friends with.
1, that's not how I talk to people.
Yeah,
2,
well, yeah, you were like, "Yeah, it's good to see
I'll
you again.
always-
Are you ready for this?" I was like,
well, I'm nice. I'm not going to tell somebody once they're already here and that fucking dumbass here brought
Yeah.
that, like, they have to leave. You know what I mean? It's like, well, okay. She's probably not going to say much. I doubt she, like, wants... Because he'll be like, they really want to be on the podcast. When people really want to be on the podcast, I don't want them to be on my fucking
yeah.
podcast. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Because then they're like, they have a fucking...
I almost pussied out the
thing they
very
wanna
first
say.
time.
She almost did.
I literally went up there. I was like, "Yeah, I might just watch y'all." He's like, "No. You have to talk on it." And I was just like,
exactly what you sound like. Creighton.
literally, that's how it was. And I was like, "I don't know about
Well,
this."
it's a podcast. You talk on it.
Yeah. But you, I mean, you've... Like, I told you... What did I tell you in the very beginning?
I don't remember.
Just talk how you talk to us anyway.
Oh, you're talking
Because
to
you
her.
would... Yeah.
I thought you were
You
talking
would...
to me.
Amanda
it's,
would...
again, he thinks it's all about
No,
him.
no, no,
Amanda
Yes,
would
yes,
say...
yes.
Amanda would say very smart, funny things, very, like, well thought out, thoughtful things
In
when we
conversation.
were hanging out.
Yeah.
But then we would go live and she would, like, fucking
She would
clam
freeze
up and could not talk. And, like, every once in a while you'd get a piece and I'd be like, there it is. That's the Amanda I know can be doing this podcast
or
with us.
she'd punch me.
It's weird.
Oh,
It's like
man.
when I listened, I miss when she punched me.
I know,
Like
right?
I listen to a lot of podcasts.
Oh my gosh. Okay.
I listen to a lot of podcasts of comedians, and
Yeah.
all the comedians who are
Like
like
Two Bears, One Cave.
Two Bears.
I
One
listen
Cave.
to that
I love
a lot now.
them. All their friends. Tiger Belly is one with Bobby Lee and his used to be girlfriend Kalila. Now they've broken up, but they still do the podcast. It's a weird dichotomy. But those two, all their friends, Brendan, 2%.
2%.
About fucking time y'all are back. Yes, we will be back next week.
We're
too.
back from hiatus.
And we're about to take another week-long one at least. We love you. Anyway, so Neil Brennan, there it is. Neil Brennan, Joe Rogan, Bert Kreischer, Tom, fucking Ari Shaffir, all their friends.
Yeah.
One thing they all talk about that, like, is hard for people to understand unless you either, 1, live it, or 2, listen to fucking all of their podcasts for 6 years like I have. They talk a lot about how coming up in comedy, the older guys help the younger guys.
Yeah.
If there's a younger guy who's, like, thinks they're awesome and is, like, the best comic ever already, they're like, fuck that guy, we're not going to talk to him. But if there's a comic who knows they're not good, who keeps trying, they'll grab him and, like, they'll see something. They'll see, like, a little 10-second, 30-second piece of their 10-minute bit that's good, and the rest is garbage and they suck. And they'll be like, there it is. There's a comic. There's the 10 seconds that you need to know that someone is sitting in there trying to figure out what words come out and will be a good joke one day. And then, they talk about, like, Joe talks about how Tom was doing that 15 years ago.
Yeah.
And then how, like, now Tom's selling out fucking arenas as one of the biggest fucking podcasters and comedians on the planet. And that's, like, whenever you would say something for, like, a second, and I was like, Amanda's going to be on this podcast. She's like, got it. Like, plenty of people could come be on the podcast for, like, an episode and hang out. Like, Nick. Nick's a great, every once in a while, do a Shirts Off the Rails. Like, Bethany's great. Like, a few of our friends, it's fun to have them on every once in a while. Yeah. But, like, no one can sit here and fucking, and it's hard for us anyway, but, no one can sit here as long as we can and fucking deal with him like you and like me. It took me a fucking decade, and you got thrust into it right away, and
really
it's stressful. I know, but god damn it, it's funny.
Hey
Leslie,
I have such a good time.
Hey Oxy,
like
Charles, I'm squaring up when I come to see you. Creighton, you're getting kicked in a shin.
Did I tell you about him trying to replace me with Bethany? So there I was house sitting for my dad.
Oh my god! And one episode, I didn't try to replace him.
She
came and did a podcast with me.
Half of one. I was sitting here.
He showed up halfway and
he was like, let's do a podcast tonight. I was like, I can't. I'm house sitting for my dad. He said, okay. And then I see that he's going live. I was like, the fuck? So I look, and it's Bethany sitting in my chair at my table.
The joke is that Bethany's also a ginger.
Yes.
And she has very, very long red hair. And so, have you met Bethany?
No. Bethany doesn't come around that much anymore because she has like 8 dogs or something.
Yeah, like 20 dogs.
She's
Anyway.
a dog mom. She breastfeeds them.
Yeah, okay, well, no, she doesn't. Anyway.
How do you know?
Oh, that's a good point. Anyway, she, the joke was that Creighton turned into a girl. Yeah. And, like, so I was like, Bethany, you've been around him since you were 5. Just be Creighton. She was like, okay. And so, like, she came on the podcast and was just silly and stupid for, like, 30 minutes.
And then I showed up because I've been watching at home, and I was like, this is a disgrace.
It was hilarious. And
then
he
literally into the door.
He literally, like, jumped in, was like, what the fuck is going on in here? And then she literally at that moment was like, my mom's here anyway, I gotta go. It was hilarious.
And it was before me and Bethany were cool again, so it's like, 2 ships passing in the night.
No, it was, you guys were like sort of cool at that point. Yeah.
No.
No?
No.
That was
even a little bit. We had talked, but we weren't like cool.
So, without getting too into it, the time that Creighton left, Bethany and him were around each other a lot, and she despised him for that time as well. Me and Bethany became very close in our mutual hatred for Creighton.
Yes.
And for not 1, not 2, but 3 months. For 3 months. These motherfuckers, once he was my friend again.
Oh, yeah, I forgot about that
Once he started to come around and was cool again, I was like, Bethany, you got to give him a chance. He's changed. He's back to old Creighton. He's not, the things that were wrong are not happening anymore.
Yeah, it was a bad
and she was just like, nope, fuck him, nope.
Meanwhile,
no, not respectfully. Meanwhile, the whole time, they've been friends. And hiding it from me as a joke.
I went and made up with her, and I was like, hey, like, let me make this up to you. Let's not tell Charlie.
That's cool.
For a while.
That's cool.
And then one day,
that's cool.
Creighton is supposed to come hang out with me, with Quentin, and they say, hey, the garage door's locked. Can you come open it? And it wasn't. I was like, it's not. And they were like, yeah, it is. And I was like, okay. I go out there, pull the garage up, and they're all 3 standing there. And I was like, what? And she was like, and he was like, and I was like, and they were like, we've been friends for a while. And I was like, I was like so mad. I was like, you sons of bitches. He ran
into his room and like was throwing things.
I was so angry.
And he was like,
hitting shit.
He was like, he pointed at me. He was like, I expected this from you. And then he pointed at Bethany. He was like, I was
not expecting this from you.
It was the best like friend makeup ever.
No.
Yes, it was.
No, none of us. Everyone was friends at that point.
No, but for
it was
me,
not a makeup anymore. It was simply me not knowing that we were all friends again.
And that's how it needs to be.
That's some movie shit. No, it's some bullshit, is what it is.
Because like he thought that we were gonna hate each other, and so he pulls up the thing expecting like Bethany to be just wailing on me, and we're just chilling.
Well, I didn't know Bethany was even going to be there. It was supposed to just be you and Quentin, and you guys brought her along as the joke. And I had like hung out with her the night before.
Yeah.
So angry.
That's cool, though.
Best practical joke I've ever pulled.
That's awesome.
Probably. It's up there.
I want to get into that kind of level. I'm no good. I literally blow any kind of jokes.
What?
Or like, or not jokes.
Anyway. I can't remember.
You know what's funny? you're talking about like that time of us not being friends. And I was literally trying to explain to April the other day why that happened, and I was like, look, it was just a bad relationship. If you want to know more, you should ask Charlie.
Yeah, well, we'll
Charlie
talk
could
about
go
that.
In detail.
We'll talk about it, but not on the.
No,
I don't want to say
I
on the
know, I
podcast.
don't
That's
mean on
too
the
much of your
podcast.
business.
No, I don't mind, like, you know,
No,
but
I
just
could get into it on the podcast.
no. I'm just saying, like, I don't mean right now. I just mean like it's
L-
funny
maybe
that it's
another
coming
day.
up
Yeah.
because we were literally talking about it, I think like yesterday. Yeah. And I was like, you know who the best judge, like the best person to hear from this about would be Charlie. He was there for it all.
Did you have fun streaming Red Dead Redemption?
I did. I had a blast. I want to bring it back so bad.
So here's my proposal. I'm going to make a proposal to both of you.
Oh, are we getting married?
Let's get three-way married.
Oh.
Let's get
down.
three-way
For tax
podcast
purposes?
married. No, so okay, here's my proposal.
Okay.
This hiatus was bullshit. I hated it.
I
I miss
streamed
doing podcasts with both of you. So, I now halfway trust Creighton. I've always trusted Amanda. I now halfway trust Creighton to come in here and record a thing on his own if he has to. For times that we're all away, like when I'm gone for a week or he's gone a week or you're gone a week, do we want to start doing episodes where there's only any combination of the two of us? Like if Creighton's gone for a week, you and me do episodes. If I'm gone for a week, you two do episodes. If you're gone, me and him, you know what I mean? And then when we're all
we
here, awesome,
alternate.
we're all here. But to keep doing podcasts,
Like the Justice League, you don't need them all together at one time.
while that is a comparison, you know what? I'm gonna check that off. Sure, that works. That's a comparison. I hate you. Do we want? And if anyone says no, I'm okay with that. But I hate going this long without doing a podcast. And I'm okay now because I always trusted you with the responsibility. But I guess I can trust him now.
I'm pretty good.
Well, y'all are like live really, really close. I don't.
Yeah.
I'm not.
Well, he's gonna be gone for a week in a couple days. Like if there's any days that you get off work and want to come over here and just you and me do a podcast, we could do a podcast.
I'll show support. I'll come in here.
Is
And then,
that
like-
what we want to do though?
I mean, I want to. I just miss doing podcasts at all. Like you and me, I am confident now that you and me can sit here and do a whole at least hour-long podcast, no problem, like me and him used to. Like you talk enough now, like you've gotten good at this, like and comfortable enough where you can actually sit here and talk. You did the first half of this podcast on your own, basically.
Yeah,
today.
you really did. You just narrated it.
I mean,
we
that
were
was all
here.
you today.
Yeah.
Like most of this podcast has been you so far.
You've grown.
Like that's good.
You've grown so much.
Justice
the
League is
podcast,
great. Just
man.
play games on stream. The fuck.
Right, 2%, isn't it?
Well, that
I
too.
mean, Merxy.
That's- no,
Merxy's
that's-
great.
Oh,
Sorry, my
Justice
bad.
League. Anyway, like if you two can't, like when I'm in San Diego, if there's a day or two where you guys want to come stream, you guys come stream. I already showed him how to do it. I can show you how to do it. And just from now on, if we're all available to do a podcast, awesome. The three of us get to do one.
I was
If
against
not,
it.
any two of us against what?
I was against it in the beginning because I don't want to feel like anybody. I don't want anybody to feel like they're being cut out.
Yeah. Well, now it's like at this point for me, it's one. I don't like going that long without going live, because like the people that do want to watch us, you know, they don't get to watch us for a month. I had like 3 texts over the last week, like, you know, it's almost been a month, right? And I was like, fuck, I'm sorry.
Well, we went away for so long, like about a year ago.
Yeah.
And like I think people are scared we're gonna go away again.
Yeah.
But the thing about us is we don't die. Like we might go away
To-
for a little bit.
And
but we'll
also,
come
we
back.
did try to stream like 4 times, and
Yes.
just the schedule got bad.
Mhm. And
Like
we did get some stuff out, like that Red Dead stream.
Yeah.
And I don't know, did you get any gaming streams out while we were gone?
No, I almost did a couple times, but just it always fell through. We almost did the Shirts Off the Rails with Nick and
Yeah.
Evan, but that night just got really late.
Forrest Gump.
That was a great night. We watched Forrest Gump with Nick.
Yeah.
He'd never seen it before.
No, it was
Have you seen Forrest
fantastic.
Gump?
Dude,
Okay.
he said something in the middle of that movie, like, and it was literally the next scene. Oh, it was the Jack Sparrow thing.
Oh, he said, why does this guy look like Jack Sparrow? And it was
Talking about
Lieutenant Dan
Lieutenant
when he had
Dan.
the long hair in New York. And then Creighton said, you're going to feel real silly later. And it was when he's on the fucking top of the boat hanging from the thing with the fucking long hair and the
And the
fucking bandana.
bandana, yeah.
Literally on a fucking shrimp boat. That shit was amazing. Who doesn't, Oxy? It's the greatest fucking, it's one of the
It's a
greatest
pretty
movies
good
ever.
movie. I would love to see not a sequel, but like maybe a sequel, like
I would
with
fear.
current events.
I would fear for the podcast when it's just you and Creighton. Because I can handle him.
I
For all
would
that
say
time.
so many things I'm not supposed to say.
Yeah.
I think the only reason he holds back the 2% of 100% that he does is that I'm here. If it was just you and him, Prepare yourself for the mental
when
turmoil.
I say that, I don't mean like racial slurs or anything like that. I mean like simp and incel.
Whoa, dude,
just
you
stuff
can't
we're
say
not-
those.
That's what I'm saying, though.
Stop saying
Like-
them.
Like, I know we're not supposed to say them, but like we've been saying them this whole time before that.
No, we weren't.
I was.
Definitely could have been a pirate. LOL. I hate you.
Oh, who Lieutenant Dan? Oh, yeah.
What
for
I might
sure.
do is, like, when he goes away for this week, if there's any days you can come do it, we'll come do the podcast, but I'll get you to click all the buttons so you learn how. And that way, and
She's
same with
gonna
him,
get-
like, from now on, I'll get, like, I'll still keep my seat, but, like, the beginning of the podcast, you guys will stand over here and click the things that, like, make sure you get, like, I'll have to make a checklist, too, because there's, like, a bunch of shit. We got to make sure this chat's on this screen, make sure the fucking video's on the screen, make sure you exit off the video when the video's over, make sure you have everything right on that screen, make sure you do go live and then record when there's only a few seconds left of the video. Like, there's, like, fucking 8 or 9 things. Make sure you have the tweet and the Discord message ready to send when you click live, like, everything. There's so many things.
I have concerns.
What are your concerns?
I don't know. I'm worried because like we tried to do this with episode 3 too, and episode 3
What are you
just
talking
died. Like with all the different.
You didn't you weren't involved
I
in that
wasn't
at all.
involved, but I mean you tried it. Is what
Yeah,
I'm
I
saying.
mean we got like 20 plus episodes.
No,
we haven't
but-
done one because their schedules are. It's a lot harder to get 4 people ready to do something all the time. Like we didn't do those very often anyway. Like the most we ever did one of those in a row were like 2 in 2 weeks. Like those were like once a month, once every 3 week streams, regardless. Like, and we still plan on doing more. We just haven't in a long time.
Okay, I was worried about it, but that's my other concern.
But that's not you're not even
Otherwise-
part of that. That's just a
no,
podcast that I had
know,
fun
but
doing.
like I like to come and watch. You know what I mean?
Oh.
So
Well, they're all on
I'm
YouTube.
reaching out as a fan, as part of the community.
Ah, yes. It's the Take Off a Whole Ass Month podcast.
I
Copenhagen.
knew he would come.
First of all, Copenhagen, I love and miss you. Second of all, shut the fuck up. Third of all, we're going to be gone for another week. Maybe. I don't know. We're talking about that right now. We might convince Amanda
The
to
other
come in
thing-
and just me and her do a podcast, just the two of us, and talk a bunch of
Well,
shit.
I've always
Do
said.
you know how calm it'll be? How comfortable we'll
I've
be doing a
always said
podcast
you
without him?
guys could do it, like, if y'all wanted
Yeah,
to.
but like
You always
know.
say it, and you're sad, though.
Yeah.
And it always
no,
makes
it
us
is
feel
what
bad.
it is. Like,
See, that's
I'm
what you
not-
say when you're sad.
No,
you
I'm
say
not.
it is what it is.
It was y'all's thing to begin with, so that's my thing.
But
Would
now it's
you-
our thing.
Would you be comfortable coming and doing one with either of us and the other not be there?
I don't know. I like the dynamic.
You and me
of
should
it.
try and do it next week when he's gone.
What about me?
Like, at least you're going to be gone.
No,
I just
know,
said.
I'm just saying.
Well, I'm going to be in San Diego. If it works out, then you guys could try
I
it.
was gonna say, what if she tries it with you and doesn't like it, but then she tries it with me and likes it?
Well,
I'm
then
for sure probably gonna fucking hate it. It'll be like a 20
Or
minute
vice
thing,
versa.
and we are gonna like cut.
you and me will be able to sit here and actually have a conversation.
Yeah.
When he's here, I've tried to tell him, I've tried to get this through to Creighton, talking directly to him, talking about him in front of him to someone like you or other friends, or just talk about him to people that will then retort it to him. Every way I put this where he can hear it, it never gets through his head. The shit he says that makes me angry
Yeah.
is real anger. I know I'm smiling right now. Just thinking of half the shit he said today that has
Yeah.
made me angry is making me real
Well,
angry.
listen, if we do like a podcast like that, maybe we could have like a themed one, like themed ones, like not
Oh, that'd be
categorized, but like just a
cool.
list of stuff to discuss, or like just a different like.
Me and you could have a
different
food
thing.
line podcast.
I'm
You
not
guys
doing
could.
That.
Yeah, that would be
Oh,
dangerous.
I'm not doing that. I have so much.
You know,
I have ammo.
You know what would be
I have
really?
ammo.
You have ammo
I have
on
ammo.
me or
Ammo.
ammo.
You're gonna get fired.
No, but just like just themed things, just like kind of like bouncing off the podcast and not.
We should
being
do a
like-
Halloween podcast. Speaking of things. Sorry, I just thinking.
There's another thing, Charlie.
What?
Where, like blood pressure up. I really.
Oh,
fucking
if you
hate
did
him
one
right
with
now.
him?
No.
Oh, you
were
mean right
just
now?
talking
Yeah.
about
I
Did
look.
you
I
tune
can't
him out
help it.
too?
Yeah,
I've been
probably.
wanting to do like a Halloween like variety show.
That would be
for
fun. We could do.
years.
I've already got fucking at least half-ass costumes going. I've got
Yeah, but it just like themed ones in general
Oh,
too.
my flamingo.
Amanda. So now that you'll be taking on these responsibilities in the podcast as well as me and you are now equally on the same level, both not only at work but at the same on the podcast too.
So I was lesser than on the podcast.
No, you're not
before?
lesser than. No, I just mean in terms of like things we can do because we're both learning how to do this at the same time. You see what I mean? We've been on the
I get
same
it
level
now.
already,
Yes.
so now we're going to be on the same level but at a higher level.
Hello.
Mm.
It's a pretty nice hat. You can't really. Oh, there it is. I was about to say. It's a giraffe of a hat.
A giraffe of a hat.
Yeah, it's tall.
This is my flamingo hat, everybody. I got it at Spirit Halloween because I simply could not have it. What in the fuck are you wearing, Charles, as a whole? Oh, I got out of bed 3 hours ago. I was sleeping all day. I worked very late last night, and I'm in Baby Yoda pajama pants. I don't know what the fuck this shirt is. I got it at Goodwill the other day.
Shirt.
I love the shirt too. It's very
want
comfortable.
it. How much?
And this
you
is
want
my flamingo. No, fuck you. It's mine.
I'll give you $5.
No, that's what I paid. And this is my flamingo hat, and I love my flamingo hat. I'll be wearing it forever. I'm never taking it off.
I'll not be taking any questions.
Yes, the whole outfit is absurd though.
I like it. I do like the outfit. It's the first thing I noticed when I came in.
Completely go in my ears, and I can only hear my right ear.
Oh.
It was the first thing I noticed when I came in. I was like, the pants, the shirt, all of it. It was fantastic. Look
He
at
wasn't even paying attention
I
when you
know.
first walked in.
I know he wasn't. It's okay though.
Yeah, I was.
I like the pocket. The pocket's what really sells it for me. 'Cause like that shirt's so colorful. And
I
they
was
just put a black
consumed
pocket.
by the Pokemon cards when Creighton walked in. I honestly, I couldn't tell you a single thing he talked about while he was. He was here for a solid hour before we went live, and I could not tell you literally a single thing that he
We
talked about.
Oh, I took an hour to get here because of Sonic.
Yeah, what happened there? Why we could have?
So like, we were coming here, and it was probably about like 7:30, and I was like, April was like, let's get some food, and I was like, okay, cool. So we'll go get food, and then it took them an hour to bring us our food, and they brought us the wrong food, and then we had to go back.
That sounds like Sonic.
Yeah, I was upset.
I hate Sonic.
I
That's
don't.
just me.
I
Every
don't-
time I eat there, I feel sick. Same with Wendy's. Wendy's and Sonic. Every time I eat there, I get bad congestion and feel sick as fuck.
Damn, for real?
That's just me. I think it's 'cause I try and eat at least halfway good food.
We should have gone to Subbies.
Subbies is great.
I could have seen Cameron.
Was he working there?
I don't know.
Oh, then
But
how do you know?
but it's more likely that I would see him. because
You
he
know
does
what? That's
work
a
there.
good point. That's a good point. That's one way of putting it. Anyway, back to this. I think you and me could do a podcast for sure and have a coherent, comfortable fucking
about-
conversation. You and Creighton, I would be the most worried about out of all the combinations. 'Cause I've done podcasts with just Creighton before. I know me and him can do one. But
think
I
me
would
and
fear.
Amanda would have like a serious conversation. I really do. 'Cause like when me and Amanda get on the phone, like it'll be really really funny sometimes. Not just because of inside jokes between us, but shit that just happens.
There
like
is
she
not-
brought up a spraying pinky when we were on
It
the
was a
phone the other day.
dislocated pinky.
This
thank
my
you.
bad.
Was it yours?
Yes.
When?
I gotta tell you, I don't know. They don't look the same. I don't know if it's dislocated or what. Look.
See what I mean?
Do they look
We
the
could
same?
have a whole podcast just about.
Don't they
this.
look different?
Yeah.
Don't
me-
they look different?
Let me see. Hold on. I didn't see it either 'cause we were on the
Oh
phone.
no, I know it.
It's
I know
all
it.
crooked.
Let me see.
Listen.
Her, your left,
Wait, do it-
Creighton.
do it
Her
straight.
right, your left
I
is
can't
all
do it
crooked
straight.
Do
looking.
it straight. Hold on.
It's all
Yeah,
fucked up.
These don't go
What happened to your finger?
Whoa. That's different.
The cameras look so weird.
Okay. So let me tell you this story. My sister came to visit.
Wait. Real fast, the thing he just said. I'm gonna just add on. You being on the phone with Amanda. There's no one on the planet that is easier to make laugh.
Oh yeah, on the phone.
Then on the
for
phone.
I think that could translate to this.
Perhaps.
Somebody out there.
It's probably Mike and them. They're probably back. They went to Indialand.
Oh.
Oh okay.
Anyway.
No, but like that's the thing I'm saying. Like we talk about dumb shit even when like it's just me and her, and we
Yeah.
can carry on a conversation pretty well. I think that would translate to
Amanda
this.
on the phone is so different than Amanda in person. She talks different. Her voice is different. Everything's different.
How?
I don't know.
I don't know
how to
what
say
you're
it.
talking about. She sounds exactly the same to me.
It's not the sound. It's like literally the cadence.
No, I
It's
get what you're
almost
saying.
sing-songy. Like she's trying to
Be cheerful.
yeah, I think. And for whatever reason,
Never with him.
I believe that.
It's- yeah, that's
With
what I'm
me,
saying.
it's
I
like
can't
you're
tell
trying
you.
to be nicer or something, and then I'll always say something, be like, I can get her. Hold on, I'll fish. I'm like, well, what about this? And you're like, what are you talking about? I was like, I had to blah, and you're like, ah, and I fucking make you laugh. Anyway, it's so easy to
It's
make
so
you laugh
fun
because
for
you
me
just
to make her mad on the phone.
yes, also mad. It's so
Yes.
easy to make you mad.
I'll
Anyway,
just be like, this
what
guy's
happened to
blue,
your
Amanda.
finger?
It's my borderline personality disorder. Anyways, so my sister came to visit a few weeks ago, and we are a very physical, aggressive bunch.
Yes, you are.
We beat the shit out of each other 'cause, you know, my dad taught us to beat the shit out of the people that we love, you know, trauma. Anyways, So she
Deep.
thought we were like I guess like talking like real close, and she likes to like shoulder check me and like do all this bullshit. So she thought that I was gonna hit her. So she like, I don't know, nicked my like hand
night, Oxy.
real bad, and it was like swollen, awfully
Good night,
swollen.
Oxy.
You said goodbye. We were just saying goodbye.
Okay. But that was basically it. It was like really swollen and it hurt really bad. And so I started freaking out. And my mom was like over it at this point. She was pissed as hell because it was
'Cause
late
y'all
at
kept
night.
fighting?
Yeah, it was late at night. And like she knew Ashley could beat my ass.
I want to
but
go to bed.
I wasn't even starting it. I wasn't
You gotta
hitting her or anything.
Look, we gotta take you to fight camp so that we can beat.
I didn't.
You need
This
to
time
train
it wasn't me.
jujitsu.
I've been
Mhm.
less physical lately. I've been trying to
Well,
deal
that's
with
what's
that.
wrong. You gotta use your anger for me on her. You're super.
I wasn't-
aggressive. Like
I
that's
was-
anger strength.
You need to
Okay.
look for coupons for jujitsu lessons.
I wasn't angry. Anyways.
Or MMA stuff.
She
That's
literally thought,
jujitsu.
Oh.
the moral of the story, she thought I was going to hit her, so she hit me, like, real bad.
And
And-
jammed your pinky.
Yeah, and so, like, I even told her, I was like, they don't even look the same. And so we tried the whole test thing, and she's like, why aren't you, because my pinkies don't, like, I have to force them to, like, lay flat. Like, they don't lay flat. They're just kind of, like, there. Yeah, like that. I can't do that. They're, like,
can't
it
do this?
stays
Like you can't.
Oh, it does. I see
what?
what you mean.
I see it. It's like forever bent.
Yeah,
Or
yeah,
forever
yeah.
curved, not bent.
Yeah, and
Is
I
the other one
like, I
like that?
have
No,
to,
the other one's flat.
I have to force them to like.
What? She fucked up your pinky, bruh.
Well, both of them are like that. I
Wait,
can't.
Hey
So-
man, your pinky's all fucked up.
So did she fuck up your pinky or not?
She did because it doesn't look the same as the other one.
Well, yeah, but like, will it go down? Have you put ice on it? Have you tried?
No, I
like,
mean
have
it
you
doesn't
wiped it?
hurt or anything, but like
Did
it
you
just
go to the doctor to see
No.
if there's anything wrong?
no, because that's not how we handle things in my family.
How
Just
do you
like
handle it? You just
if you can
complain to
move
each
it,
other.
you
Because you
don't-
told me Ashley didn't believe you. She's like, stop being a bitch.
she didn't. She really didn't. She was just like
Stop
she
being a
literally
That's,
bitch.
that's
she
exactly how
laughed at
Ashley
me.
talks about it. She goes, "Stop being a bitch,"
She-
like, and she talks like that
in
every
the male
time.
in the
Yeah.
male voice too.
Mhm.
But she was laughing at me because like I was like, I think you dislocated it, and she was just like, well, that's not my problem. Like you shouldn't have went to hit me, and I'm like,
You shouldn't have went to hit me.
yeah, I was like, Ashley, but yeah, that was right before bed, and I woke up that next morning, and it was sore and everything, but like I'm noticing it literally doesn't like sit the way the other one sits.
I wish that Charlie had heard her story about why she was supposed to be a guy. Like every time I think about Ashley now, I think about such a missed
I've met
opportunity.
Ashley once.
I-
Ashley
well-
is immediately one of the most entertaining people. Like the fact that there is another one of you, first of all, is absurd. Like you both were so mad that we both said you are the same. You are literally
Oh,
like
Ashley's
so.
worse.
You guys
Ashley's a devil without a
the
cause.
same.
It's
You're the
she
same.
literally
So are you.
She was
You're
born
both devils.
angry.
You're
She-
both angry all the time. You're always angry.
Ashley literally waits for me to like be like.
They
She's like, I have a problem, and
They-
she gets up straight from her bed. She's like, do I need to come down there?
We have got to
have
get her on
on,
this
yeah.
podcast.
Dude,
It has
I'm
got
not
to
sure
happen.
so
she
much
glared
now.
at both me and Charlie in the same way at that restaurant.
Yes,
I have
it was
videos of it.
like,
to prove it.
unbelievable.
No, you glared at me and Charlie, and she glared at me and Charlie, and it was the exact same.
When this podcast is over, remind me I have to tell you both about a new restaurant we have to go to.
What restaurant?
I'll just remind me when it's over.
Okay.
Anyway,
Is it cool?
I don't want to say it. It's very cool. I don't want to say it on here.
What do they serve?
Fucking after. We'll talk about it after. God damn it. You goddamn pumpkin.
I don't think we're the same.
I hope they got burgers.
You and Amanda? I mean, you and Ashley? Listen, you're the same. You and
I
Ashley.
knew that was gonna get him
What, the burger thing?
in. Yeah.
Why did I get you so bad? Is that a
I knew
is that a
would
callback
get her.
joke?
No. I just knew that would get her because like she's like me and Ashley are the same.
I hope they have burgers. You were very tickled by this.
I knew it was gonna get her. I was like waiting.
I mean, she's reacting like, it was kind of funny. You are fucking eating this
Dude,
up. You are loving
I
this.
love it. I love it. She's turning so red.
Anyway, you and Ashley are very similar. You know why? 'Cause you're sisters.
Yeah.
It's almost like it was fucking
It's true.
biologically accurate.
You guys
She's more
fight
like my dad. She's way more like my dad.
you guys
You
fight
think?
like your
Yes.
brothers.
Yeah, you do. That's I was gonna.
She's
You guys are very much like
she
me and
used
my
to
brother.
beat the absolute shit out of me when I was
Why?
younger.
She's so little. You can beat her ass.
Well, listen here. When I used to, 'cause like she would do like the little hit, and I'd push her, and like my mom
Listen,
would be
do
like,
you
"You
find
shouldn't have
now?
said her."
Do you find now that you love her more than ever? Like in terms of when you see her, when you get to see her.
Yeah.
That's
Listen.
how I feel with my brother. When I moved out, and my brother, like when we moved out from each other, I always loved my brother, and like I always like knew my sister. There was a long time where me and
Yeah.
my sister hated each other, like for real hate. Like one of us could have died and the other wouldn't have
Well,
cried.
see, here's the thing.
But like ever since we've all moved away, not only have I become very good friends with my sister and love her very much, but like my bond with both of them is closer than ever before. Because when we see each other, that time matters now.
Yeah.
Because for our whole life until the last 3 or 4 years, our whole life we lived together. We all lived together up until I was fucking 21 or 22. I don't know how old am I? I don't remember. Since I was 22, almost, we lived together.
Yeah.
For 22 years of my life and 20 of his and 18 of hers, we all lived together. And then all of a sudden, I moved out. And then slowly, one at a time, they fucking left the
Yeah.
nest. And now, like, when we all hung out yesterday, like, we all went and got lunch yesterday, just the three of us, siblings. And it was like, we just fucking giggled and laughed like idiots
Yeah.
for 2 hours because we never get to see all three of us at the same time together. And we're just talking shit and laughing. And, like, because when we're kids growing up, everything
you
is
see each other all the
well,
time.
that and everything's ammunition. If anything happens
Yeah.
that's wrong or anyone makes a mistake, it's like, I'm going to fucking tell. like,
Well,
like you now have a thing to, like, hold
Yeah.
over them. Now it's like, any mistakes we make, it's like, bitch, me too.
Well,
All the
last-
time.
The last
Same.
time Ashley came up this way, like literally this recent time, like everything, like nothing else mattered to me. Because
Yeah.
she,
You could tell. When I talked to you the couple times I did while she was here,
Yeah.
you were like, I'm hanging out with Ashley. I was
she
okay.
like, well, yeah.
It's like
There was
that
a
with
whole
me
bunch
and-
of other things happening around that
Well-
time too. But I mean, like, she's about to do Navy stuff. She's about to
Yeah.
go and do whatever she
Like,
needs
for
to
real
do, and
shit.
I really don't know when I'm going to see her again.
Yeah.
And like this time, we had spent. This is probably the most I've spent one-on-one with Ashley in a long time, a very
Yeah.
long time. And like we had a real big falling out, like when she graduated high school and went
Mhm.
into boot camp, because there was so much going on in my life. There was an awful lot going on in her life, and we just didn't know how to properly communicate it and be
Yes,
there for
That's
each
the
other.
biggest crazy thing, especially in those years. Like,
Yeah.
me and my brother were best friends our whole life. And then something happened, kind of like with what happened with Creighton and me. I'm not going to get into it, but we became very distant for like a whole year, like me and my brother. Like, there was a time of my life where I fucking hated my brother's guts, could not talk to him. Me too, Blake. Me too, so horny. But could not, like, we couldn't even talk to each other. Like, it was so bad. And then,
Yeah.
like, one, for me to, that emotion of, like, that distance and, like, me being that mad at him for so long, when it was happening was so powerful of an emotion, and to go back from that and be where we are now is like just the flip around is crazy
Yeah.
to me, and was one of the only ways I knew that I could ever even potentially be friends with Creighton again, because I was such a similar feeling. As much as like how much I hated Creighton when I hated him was real, and it still flares every now and again when he says some dumb shit.
Yeah.
But like I knew that forgiveness was possible.
Yeah.
And Charles being a hater, what's new? Yeah, tell me about it. But now again, just like seeing him, just
Yeah.
like seeing my brother, and like we don't live far. He's 10 minutes from me, but like he lives a life, I live a life. He has a job, I have a job. We don't get to see each other much. Like maybe every 2 weeks we hang out, and even then it's for like fucking 10 minutes,
Mm-hmm.
like just for a second. And like sometimes we hang out and we're hanging out all day. Like the last 3 Christmases, like I find myself spending. We're at our family thing with family that I don't see ever. Like I see them once a year, and I still find myself hanging out with my brother the whole time. You know what I mean? Where I just
Yeah.
want to talk to him. And like sometimes, like if one of my favorite uncles is there, I'll talk to them or something, or you know what I mean. And
Yeah.
that, like it's one thing, but most of the time I'm just sitting there with my brother, talking shit, having fun, laughing, being like, man, look at her. Isn't that crazy? She's like that now. Like just judging our family
Yeah.
together, because we never really realized how close we were until we weren't living together anymore.
Yeah.
It's like it's crazy how good of friends you really end up being with your siblings.
Well,
Everyone was right. I thought they were gonna be wrong.
Yeah.
They were like, you're gonna be friends with your sister. Trust me. I fucking hated. I like dreamt of like killing my sister. Like there was a time where me and my sister hated each other so much that we like. I could have killed her. She could have killed me, and I don't think either of us would have lost sleep over it.
Yeah.
There were days where like I thought like, man, if she just didn't come home today. There were days where she didn't come home because she was with someone, and like my dad asked like, have you seen your sister? And I was like,
No.
I haven't even thought about my sister. Like, wouldn't literally not even think about her for days at a time
Yeah.
until like she walked in the room, and then I was like, oh shit, I forgot you live here. Like, hated her. Was
Yeah.
glad when she wasn't
Well,
around.
When
Hate.
See, what?
she would come to like learn TV and stuff, and he would hate it.
Well,
She-
me
and
and
she wouldn't even be coming to see him. She'd be coming to see like other people that
Mhm.
worked there,
Yeah.
and he would like visibly be upset.
Well, me and Ashley like had a strong bond like while she was like in high school, beginning of high school and stuff, and I was clearly not in school. I was working, and we bonded over like 21 Pilots and everything. We really like 21 Pilots, so we bonded over that. And like
You would both like 21
we,
Pilots.
yeah, we do.
Well,
we
they
went
are
to
the
the
same
we went to the
person.
concert together.
You are the
last
same
week.
person. It's crazy.
We are. It's crazy.
Yes, she is. She is.
Are you Ashley or are you Amanda?
The world may never know. You would
Can-
know
wait,
if this was
can-
Ashley,
can
right?
That was the
Wait,
greatest answer you could have given him.
I just want to go back for a second. Like, first of all, she's your younger sister. There's a
Yes.
room full of older siblings right now. You need to beat her ass.
Yeah,
Like,
you need to fuck her up.
Yeah, like
We need to. You know what? My new mission. Mike has entered a $1,000 weight loss bet.
Mhm.
While me and him are training to get him to lose weight, we're gonna train to get you fucking ripped.
Yeah.
You're about to be the
Mhm.
most fucking gangster ass older sister because
Look-
you're like 6 years older
And
than
you
her.
could
5
beat her.
years
you
older.
5
could
years
beat
older.
her ass so easily. All my siblings are bigger than me, and I can kick all of their
Yeah,
asses.
you're supposed to just have the
Yeah.
power as the older sibling
Mhm.
to win.
Mhm.
That is just how it goes.
It's a birthright.
This is bullshit.
Yeah.
We need to fucking. We need to
Yeah.
get you ready.
Mm-hmm.
Ashley,
It's
She is
coming
not
for
here.
you.
fair to lose.
Yeah.
This is just for later when she watches
Yeah.
back.
Mhm.
We're gonna get you ready to beat the fuck out of your little sister.
We're gonna get
What a
punching bags
hilarious sentence! I never thought
Yeah.
I'd say.
We're gonna get punching bags with her face.
I
on
have
it and
one. I have a big
Dude.
punching bag upstairs.
We just need a picture
Remember,
of Ashley.
you remember when we first got to Virginia Beach? The first
You fought
thing
immediately. The first thing you did was
first
fight.
thing Ashley did was literally like shoulder check me. I'm like,
Yeah.
Ashley, no, and like she's taking me to the ground.
See, you don't need to take that shit. When she goes shoulder check you, like
You're
I
supposed
was
to.
just-
out of the
You're
way,
supposed to just neck chop her right away.
Yeah.
just
Or-
immediately
or-
fight back.
or step out of the way and let her run that shit into the wall, and then punch her in the face when she's down.
Listen. When we're fighting and we're in front of my mom's just like telling me to fucking stop.
And then be like, I know you didn't
That's
try
the
to
thing.
the
shoulder
parent
check
That's
thing.
the thing. And I'm
Yeah.
like sitting there. I'm like, dude, she's beating my ass. What am I supposed to do?
See, we
It's
would
like
never
that
be
scene
your
from
mom.
Everybody Hates Chris, where it's like, but mom, she's gonna break my arm. That's your little sister. Let her break your arm.
Well, the thing is, in a minute, Ashley would go and beat somebody's ass, and she's gotten very, very close to it before for me.
For you, yeah, that's fine.
For me.
Doesn't
And
mean
I-
you can't
like,
beat her up.
I don't want to do that because I always want her to be like she's
It-
got a hit
look,
list. She has
it's-
got a hit list.
It's not about
She has got
her. You
she's
beat.
got a hit list
you-
of the people that she like really wants to
Look,
beat
look,
up
you beating
in my honor.
you beating her up should not affect how her love for you. If anything, it'll make her love you more. Because like,
Are me and Creighton on that list?
One of you is on that list.
I bet it's me. I
It
hope
is-
it's me.
it
Yeah, I
is.
knew it.
It is you.
Ah,
It
to
re-
be
but the
honest.
Yeah, I wonder who would have guessed me.
The thing is, it
out
was
of those two options.
it was when we first met and the whole.
Oh, she did not like me when we
she
first
did
met.
not.
No, she didn't.
She did
It was
not.
really funny.
It's so
She
funny because
did not.
universally, everyone's opinion was that she hated you. Creighton's
Yeah,
opinion.
and then I met
Amanda's-
her, and like she
and then she
she
loved
spent
you.
5 minutes
I
with
was-
me and like fell in love with me.
Amanda
See, I
called
told
me.
you it's the Georgia.
Amanda
thing.
called me, and like I could hear Creighton and Ashley in the background while you guys all went and visited the
Yeah.
time I couldn't go, and she was like, "Charlie, they love each other. It's crazy. They're bonding. I feel like it's their brother and sister.
I
She doesn't
literally
even want to be
lost-
with me anymore."
I
Like-
lost sleep over like what they would do because like literally it was just
She
me and him
called
going
me.
at one
She
time.
called
Amanda
me.
was so nervous.
She
I remember the
called
week
me.
leading up. First, they were both mad that I wasn't going to be able to go.
Yeah, I was really.
And that,
upset.
so she was already upset about that. She was like, "Well, now I have to go and just be around the one I'm worried about the most."
Yeah.
And then like she called me and she was like, "They are having such a good time. I am so confused." It was amazing.
It's okay. It's coming back.
I told you it was gonna happen. Remember? I
it's-
said I was like, we all hate Creighton, but we all love him
Yeah.
too.
Well,
It's
Ashley,
weird.
Ashley is a different breed.
Well, no,
she
no, no,
is
hear
a
me out. Hear me out.
different
She
breed.
called me the day before, and she was like, "Hey, like I don't know how this is gonna go when we get up there, but whatever happens,
Be
don't
ready
take-
to leave.
Well, no, she said, "Whatever happens, don't take it personally." And I was like, "Bro, like, is she gonna like shoot me as soon as we walk up? Like, what's gonna happen?" And then like we walk up, and like
Well,
we went
met,
and picked her up
we
from.
met Maddie first.
Well, yeah, but we went and picked her up from work.
By the way, Maddie does not get enough praises. That
Yeah.
woman is
She
a
deals with
goddamn
Ashley's
legend.
I
goofy
think what
ass.
got me in the door was like you and Ashley went to go get that room or whatever, and then you guys come back to the car, and me and Maddie are talking about like her mom or something.
Yeah.
And Ashley was like, "What the fuck?" Because like apparently like Maddie just doesn't open up like that, and like literally.
Oh yeah,
I was-
Creighton will get you to open up about your deepest, darkest secrets in a second.
Well, me and Ashley were like, Maddie, what the fuck? And she's like, well, he opened up to me.
I was just talking. I said something.
That's
about
our
the grass.
superpower. We're both really good at that.
I think.
I think it's because we've had such ridiculously traumatic things happen, and we're so willing to talk about it
Yeah.
that you open up that like feeling of, oh, I can be myself to you.
Dude, when me, Ashley, Maddie, and my friend Christy, we went to Player One Up a few weeks ago, and like literally, me and Ashley went to go and grab drinks. We come back, and Maddie is literally talking to Christy about traumatic shit. And Ashley's like, this again. And so then that prompts Maddie to reiterate and like go through the story that Ashley has heard 500 times because she's told it to 500 other people. And Ashley's like, you know, I know this whole story verbatim. Like, she's mouthing it the entire time Maddie's saying it because she's just like, I've heard it way too many times. And but it's just that's just how she is. And that's what, like, when y'all came to visit and we went to that restaurant, Ashley was like extremely overstimulated because she had 3 of her wives like right there. Y'all were bouncing off of each other with what you were saying, and she was like internally combusting.
As soon as Creighton explained to me which one of our friends Maddie was like, I was like, it's gonna be pretty hard for me not to just really love this person.
And she was so much like
so much like her. It's crazy. And so like I could see what you're saying when Ashley was so upset about all of us being so communicative with each other. I was like,
we were her sister wives.
We were all talking so loud. We were all talking so loud, and she was not, because we were just excited.
She was not.
She was not happy that we were so comfortable.
And Amanda was not having it either. Amanda was like, and like.
I remember looking over at Maddie and being like, "They're so sisters right now," and she was like, "Right? They're so mad for no reason. We're just talking."
We both sides of our family have like pent up rage. And it's.
I can't wait.
That's the Chicago in you, or Cleveland, or wherever the fuck you're from.
I can't wait for us to go out with your mom.
Where are you from?
Just to kind of
get
like a feel for what your mom's like. You know what I mean?
Cleveland, Ohio just sounds like a pent up person.
My mom thinks that you were like stressed out because remember when
in the parking lot?
Yeah.
I was a little bit.
What parking lot?
When you dropped me off.
When you dropped her off, I was just
Beach.
I was tired.
Oh yeah.
Because I had to work that night too.
Yeah, she's like, I think Charlie's afraid of me. I'm like, no, he's not. It's just there was just a whole bunch of shit going on. Like he was nervous to meet you because we all looked like shit.
I had to work. I had to like leave from there to go here to change to go to work.
Yeah.
Like, and we had just driven for fucking 6 hours. Like I was.
It was a beautiful morning though.
It was a very nice morning.
Yeah.
Very nice weather. Very comfortable drive. Very fun talks.
Yeah.
Just
Amanda
all kinds
got
of.
to drive some. You know.
Yeah, we were all just talking shit.
She said,
God.
Amanda, who needs to be fought?
Amanda's sister, but she has to do it on her own.
Yeah, this isn't a
I'm
fight we
not
can fight
fighting
for
my
her.
sister.
It's a dominance thing.
Yes,
you know what I mean?
you are.
I
You
am
know
not.
what? You know what you really got.
What, you're just gonna let her fight you?
You know
and
what
not
you really
fight
got
back?
to do to establish dominance?
You're not an
gotta-
armadillo.
There's
You're a
no
peacock.
there's
You
no-
gotta let yourself
Yes,
fly.
you have
Amanda.
to beat her ass in front of Maddie.
There's no dominance to be
That's
established.
not cool.
She knows. She knows.
I can't believe we found that golem hidden in all those Leaf energy cards.
I'm literally gonna. Wow.
That shit was crazy. I'm just remembering that.
After everything we're talking about, you're like, man. That
Right,
guy-
it was such a crazy find because, like, literally, there's 20 energy cards, and in the middle of them, a
He
first
got-
edition golem.
He got so pissed off. He's like, Amanda, what the fuck are you doing? I was like, I don't know. This was 10-year-old me.
Yeah, this is me 15 years ago.
This was 10-year-old
Isn't
me.
that crazy? That was
Yeah.
us 15 years
Dude,
ago. 15
15
years ago, I was moving to Lancaster.
years ago.
Moving here from fucking Lexington.
Damn, you moved here when you were like 40.
11 or 12.
When you were like 40?
Yeah, 11 or 12.
15 years ago, I was getting bullied and almost got my ass kicked. My sister stepped in and actually kicked this girl's ass for me.
15 years
Nice.
ago, I was in 5th grade.
Diapers.
No, I was in 5th grade.
Yeah, diapers.
Yeah.
5th grade, diapers.
I remember 5th grade was my favorite year of elementary school.
It was not mine.
I hit my stride then.
I don't think I remember a single year of elementary school that I enjoyed. I liked my teachers.
So the worst year
I
elementary
loved
school,
high school.
The worst year elementary school for me was like 2nd grade. And the best year was like 5th grade.
I hated all of elementary school. I hated middle school a bunch. I liked the little Learn TV style. We did WSMS, which was like our version of Learn TV. I had fun in there.
Oh, in middle school?
Yeah, in middle
You
school.
did that?
With
I did
Quentin.
Rutger AM.
Yeah, me and Quentin did. That's where me and Quentin met.
Really?
Me and Quentin did WSMS
Isn't that
together.
crazy that we were both doing similar shit
Yeah,
in
isn't it?
middle school,
it's
and
nuts.
then we all met up at like a TV
It's almost like we were always meant to be friends.
Yeah. Well, I mean, and also just this kind of stuff.
Yeah.
It's like we've really been doing the same shit
Yeah.
since we were in middle
Fucking
school.
kids, yeah.
I have
And then-
never fucking done anything like this before.
Yeah,
So
and it's
like,
fun,
that's
right?
Weird.
Yeah.
Isn't
That's
it
the
awesome?
weird. Well, that's the
Damn.
weirdest thing for me.
So
Like I didn't. That's not
that's-
something I did. So
it's
it.
like 14 years I've been doing shit like this.
Yeah.
Damn.
Isn't that crazy?
Y'all
a
are
long
old as
time.
We're
fuck.
so-
So.
You're older than Creighton. Anyway,
Now I am.
High
well,
school-
I still am. I was. I always was.
Yeah,
What the
always.
fuck am I talking
What do you
about?
say?
Well, we were the
It's
same
like
age
it's
for.
not a new development.
We were the same age for like 4 months.
I had fucking god damn it,
You got this.
high school. I liked high school a lot because I didn't like classes, but I really liked the people. That was the first time in my life I started having friends.
Yeah.
Because I had no friends in elementary school or middle school. Like, all my friends from elementary school, like, I don't know any of them. I had one friend that was friends with my parents' friend that was their kid. So, like, it was my best friend growing up's name was Caleb Christopher. And, like, he has a kid now. Like, it's crazy.
That's
And, like, I
wild.
haven't seen him in, like, fucking probably 10 years or something. Like, the last time man, it's been a long time. I remember what he looks like, though. He was, like, my only friend in all of my, like, I had kids I was, like, friends with, you know, at school, like, that I knew.
Yeah.
But, like, I was only friends with them at school. Like, we never went to each other's houses. I never went to parties. Like, I didn't know anyone or was friends with anyone until I moved here. And then even then, in middle school, the only friend I really had wasn't even in school with me. It was my neighbor, Jackson, my next-door neighbor. And, like, that was, like, the coolest time of being a kid for me was not the house I moved out of to move here, but the one before that. Because he would literally, like, come over and open my bedroom window and, like, climb in and, like that shit, like, from TV shows, you know what I mean? Like, I would literally be playing Halo and hear knock, knock, knock on the window, be like, not even turn around to look, be like, come in. And he would literally crawl in through the window with his controller, and we'd sit there and play Halo. Like, it was literally, like, that kind of friendship. And that friendship lasted all the way until, like, 2 or 3 years into high school, and, like, we just kind of I moved away. We lived far away. It was hard to continue the friendship. That's a friendship I feel like I could rekindle now and us still be very close.
He really didn't want Quentin to be part of Learn TV.
Who,
Not
me?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Like,
no.
not in the
I didn't
beginning.
like Quentin at all at
He-
the beginning.
Like, and it's really funny because he's like, Quentin was my first friend. You know, whatever South's version
What?
of Recreation was.
No. He wasn't my friend then. I just knew him then.
Oh.
Like,
okay.
I would say our friendship, air quotes, began. Really, I just knew him then. I hated Quentin. Then I barely knew him. When we were doing the South thing, he was just there with me doing it. I barely knew him then. When we went to high school together in the 11th grade, we took U.S. history together. Excuse me. And he stood next to me in class. We had desks. We all sat in class, but Quentin would just stand there. And
At
I,
his desk.
in high school, I hated attention. I didn't want anyone. I wanted to just
Yeah.
get through it.
Yeah.
And he would just stand next to me because he knew I hated it. And he was just there to, like, make me, like, bother me. And I hated it. And then me
Was
and
Quentin
Creighton,
bullying you?
I think so. And me and Creighton started taking fucking Learn TV, and then he started taking Learn TV too. And I was like, fuck. And then just
And then he started coming there. in
and
the
then he started
afternoon.
working there with
And
us.
see, I knew Quentin.
He
through
wasn't
my
working.
Friend group.
He would just come and hang out while we worked, and then so
And
our
he would
boss
come and
was
hang
like,
out
"Do you
with
want a
me,
job?" Because he was helping us with
and,
work.
And Charlie would be like,
I was like,
no.
why the fuck is he here? This sucks. I miss because me and Creighton would just sit there and talk about fucking Marvel movies and Game of Thrones and shit. We had a blast. I was like,
It
this
was
is
just
awesome.
the podcast, but
It was
you
it
know,
was the
whatever.
podcast, but we weren't filming it yet. That's why we started the podcast eventually, because it was like, we've been doing this for years. Let's just
Yeah.
keep doing it, but record it. And so, like, I was so mad. And then finally one day, like, we started talking about, like, fucking Black Panther or Iron Man or some shit. I don't know. And Quentin just started talking about it with us, and I was like, you know about this. You're kind of okay. You're kind of.
Dude, I could have
And then
told you he was
slowly but
nerdy.
surely, he became my fucking best friend in
Look,
the world.
So Quentin, I was on the other side of this. I didn't know that he hated him so much until he started coming to Learn TV. Before this, Quentin would go to chess club with me and hang out with my friends because
I was also in chess club.
Yeah, no, but I'm talking about like
God. Nerd.
years before that. So like Quentin, Chris, and Videz, all of us would hang out in high school. And I knew Quentin through there. So I started being like, hey, Quentin, you should just come to work with me and hang out. And Charlie
Work out. You mean hang out?
would hang out. And Charlie
Quentin does
hated-
not work out.
Charlie hated it.
Hated it.
Creighton has a thing for, like, if he knows that you dislike somebody or like
He will
has
try
a
to get
past
you to
with
like them.
somebody. No, he'll literally hang out just to spite you. Like
Yeah.
he'll be like, yeah,
Yeah.
you know,
Let's be friends so that I
Yeah.
know why you don't like them.
No, I
Yeah.
won't do
Bitch,
that.
every person, everyone I don't like.
I'm in Bridges.
If you're friends with Creighton, there's a good chance I don't like you. Just because I didn't like you in the no, I'm kidding. That's a joke. But like sometimes it isn't. Anyway,
It hasn't been like that lately.
like for me when I first met Charlie, he's like, man, like what'd you tell him? You were like, I don't think she's all right.
no, look.
Oh, this
Yeah.
was after the ramen thing.
Yeah,
Oh,
the first time I
yes.
met you was at the ramen place. I was
We
super
went
in.
and got ramen
I was so
together.
excited because I wanted ramen, and there's like only a couple ramen joints.
No,
in
wait,
the
And
close
wait,
to
wait,
us.
wait. Let me start this
Okay,
out.
you
Let me
go.
start this out.
I
Because
wanna
he was
add
like,
in
he's
stuff.
like, Amanda, let's hang out after I get off of work. I was like, I don't really know. So he calls me like 8 o'clock, 8:30, something like that. And he was like, Amanda, he was like, what are you doing? I was like, I'm laying in bed. He's like, we got to hang out tonight. And I was like, I have a headache. He's like, Amanda, wait, you do not realize I have Charlie. We have got to hang out. You have got to meet Charlie. And I'm like, whatever. So I get dressed and I go.
Neither one of them were excited about meeting
No.
each other.
No, I was just
Sarah's like, really?
it was cold as fuck outside.
Well,
and,
here's my
like,
thing.
I
It was
already had
nothing-
a headache.
It was nothing against Amanda. You have just introduced me to so many people you thought I was gonna be best friends with that I fucking hated,
Yeah.
or just I don't hate many people, but people I just really didn't end up liking at all. And I was like, you fucking missed the fucking ball on this one, dude. You dropped the ball,
But
not missed.
sometimes I get it right.
He
Very rarely he gets it right, but he did finally get one right. Anyway,
I guess good to know about
gotta
that.
yeah.
Look, my philosophy is
I still think you hate me, Charlie.
You just gotta keep throwing stuff against the wall till it sticks. You know.
He threw me, and I guess I stuck.
Yeah, there you go. You still have
This
fallen
big
off.
old wad of shit.
wall and she stuck to it.
Big old wad of shit. And she
Anyway,
stuck.
Anyway, your side.
My
Continue
side.
your side
That
of
was
it.
basically it. I
Oh,
got.
okay.
I got
threw
there.
Quentin
Well,
and he
I was
stuck
like,
too.
I was literally
No, you
like,
didn't. Quentin happened happenstance. You weren't part of that.
No.
You actually, it was your absence that got us to be friends. Because
Exactly.
Creighton started going to college, and me and Quentin would work the afternoons together while Creighton was in
Yeah.
school.
What-
And so we got really close and talked about a lot of, like I learned, I probably know more than, not anyone, but I probably know more about Quentin than most people because of how close we got. We both talked about like the worst parts of each other and like what we like hated about ourselves and loved about ourselves, and like Quentin was like we were like our own private therapists for like 3 years together.
Aw,
Oh,
We went
that's
through a
nice.
lot. What'd you say?
You should date.
No. He's tried.
Oh, did he?
He's
for real?
tried to date
Damn.
no, not me, but like duplicates. Remember?
Oh
Yeah, we've had that.
That was funny.
We've compared the fact that like half of the people he's been with were just me.
Nobody is you. Nobody could beat you, Charlie.
Thank you, Creighton. Anyway,
That's so romantic the way you describe that. I
Anyway.
love that.
when I met Amanda, I really wanted to go to this ramen joint, and Creighton really wanted me to meet Amanda. So I was like, I want ramen. And not only did Creighton not like the ramen place, Amanda didn't like the ramen
No,
place. Or she didn't want any. No one wanted anything but me.
Listen,
So I'm
listen,
sitting
listen,
there.
listen,
I'm
listen,
sitting
listen.
there at the ramen place by myself with two people eating ramen, and they just
Listen,
did not
listen,
have it.
listen, listen
Charlie.
to me
I
first.
did not. It's not that I didn't like ramen. It's just that you went through this phase where like anytime we were going somewhere kind of near that ramen place,
I
you'd be
wanna-
like,
Well,
"We
that
gotta
phase
stop."
never ended. We just don't go because I don't want everyone to hate me.
No, it just got overwhelming because
I
like
still want to go. I
I'd
want
be
to go
like-
right now.
I'd be like, let's go to Hobby Lobby, and be like, oh, that's kind of close to a ramen place. Let's go get ramen.
and you're like, it's 30 minutes away.
let's go to
It
Rock
wasn't
Hill.
that I
Let's go
didn't
to
like
ramen.
it. It was literally just like I was nervous because I was waiting for him to be like, "Wow, this sucks," and so like I was like, I don't, and I like.
She did not know. At
Well,
the
I was
time
inexperienced
that I
with
was a nice
ramen
person.
too. Like everybody knew what to order, and I was like, I don't know what to order.
I think that you've just dealt with really shitty people most of your life
I
because you have
have.
such a like idea that people are gonna just be like, "Fuck this, I'm out." Like, even like halfway decent people are at least like
yeah.
passive aggressive enough to be nice even if they're not enjoying the situation.
Well, that's the thing.
But like I genuinely thought you were cool. Even that day when I was like, man, she can't believe she doesn't like ramen. Like I wasn't like, man, fuck this lady. I was like, man, no one likes ramen. I want them to like ramen like I do.
Did
And then
go
we
to
hung
Harris
out that
Teeter
second
day?
time.
we went to Harris Teeter.
We
like
did
that.
go to Harris Teeter.
Yeah.
That's probably one of the reasons.
That
That was probably where we made our first connection. Was us both hating shit he was saying
yeah.
because he said a bunch
I-
of bullshit in
I
Harris Teeter.
loved walking around Harris Teeter.
I
And
know
then we
you
made
always
that
do.
thing for a while, like where we would just go to different
I
Harris
think-
Teeters.
yeah.
Me and Creighton went to 4 Harris Teeters in the same day one time just because I didn't want to go. He kept taking me to Harris
And Clinton
Theaters.
was there.
Yes, he was. That son of a bitch.
I can't remember. I said something I said something about like my family. I remember you had said we were going through it. I can't remember what it was, but I said something about my family. It was like so off the wall, and you're like, "Oh, okay." Like you were like so taken aback that I had said something like that, and I was like, "I think that I've scared him." I'm like,
Oh yeah, 'cause he wasn't used to you being like randomly violent. You know, at that point in our friendship.
That's probably true.
yeah.
I mean, it happens. You know, the random violence.
I've gotten a lot better with it though.
Yeah.
A lot better with it.
I tell you, I think what really got you guys together is like watching comedy stuff together. 'Cause there would be times where we would
I don't
just
think
come
that's
up-
what got us, but
Well,
that
no,
was
no.
definitely good because we both enjoy similar comedy.
Well, and that was the thing, 'cause even before she met us, weren't you listening to like a lot of stuff that he was already listening to, like Joe Rogan?
Rogan,
and,
David
like,
Dobrik.
Yeah.
you listen to Joe Rogan?
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
you
did.
don't
didn't
remember
know
we
this
had this
part.
whole
Yeah.
conversation?
I don't think I did.
Yeah.
I think
No,
guys
you
yeah.
did. You guys did. That's what you guys bonded over.
Yeah.
Was Joe Rogan.
Yep.
What are you doing? Oh. This is like a whole ass hour and a half in.
Yeah, but
Shit.
still, it's better audio, you know?
Those are nice.
Yeah,
Where'd you get these from?
dude, you've worn them before.
I have?
Yes.
Those?
It's been a month, granted.
Those?
He's a
I got those at the
fucking
Grid.
idiot.
Remember?
At the Grid? Oh,
Yeah.
The
I went
Grid.
back with Mike and Chris, and by the way, they love the place. Second of all, they were fucking out of all the Bose headphones already. They had 3 pair.
Are
I
you
was
surprised?
gonna just buy them both since I was there again, but nah, I
How's
wasn't that
that?
surprised.
Is that,
Honestly.
is that nice? Better?
Anyway, fucking.
I
I
thought
didn't know you like Joe. We have to have a whole conversation after this podcast. Anyway,
You guys have had this conversation.
I don't think we have. We talked about this, you and me. I feel like you guys talked about this.
No, no, no.
Because I didn't realize she listened to anything, let alone like shit I was into until very recently. Like Two Bears One Cave. Granted,
Well,
that was
just-
because we watched it on the way.
Yeah. I just
They're
started.
the greatest,
watching,
aren't they?
Yeah.
Have you watched any of the
I-
ones where it's not the two of them? It's like someone else.
Yeah. I watched. Well, just recently I got done listening to the one. It's the Burt cast, the one that Burt Kreischer does by himself,
Yeah,
and
Burt
he did
cast.
Amanda Knox. He
Oh,
was like talking
that's
with
a-
Amanda Knox.
Did you
and it
watch? Have you watched any of Whitney Cummings's?
well,
She
yeah,
does
yeah,
one
yeah,
with
there
Amanda
was-
Knox, and
Oh,
it's
really?
it's a 2-parter, and it is funny and emotional. It's so good.
Well, see, I listened to
Okay,
the one.
hold on.
I
Wait.
listened to the one with
We can't
Joe
do
Rogan.
this. We
What?
can't sit here and talk about other podcasts. We'll do it later. We'll talk about
Okay.
this after because I'm so down for this conversation. But we're recording our podcast right now.
Right.
We can't keep doing this. But everybody, Amanda Knox, Burt Kreischer, Amanda Knox, Whitney Cummings, Two Bears One Cave. More shit to listen to. Have fun. Anyway, we're done plugging. We'll do that in a minute for each other by ourselves. We will talk about podcasts.
We'll
Anyway,
plug each other by ourselves.
yes, we'll plug each other. That's a fun
Oh,
sentence.
whoa.
Anyway. Wait, no. Where was this before this?
The plugging?
No,
It's
the
about a
conversation
book.
before it got to podcast.
I think we were still
Oh,
on.
stuff that you guys bonded over.
No.
You not like
Ramen.
you not wanting Quentin in the pie in.
Oh,
in
it was the
yeah.
friendship thing. Anyway, you were right.
Friendships.
You were right that one time. Friendships
me?
are weird. Yeah, you were right with Amanda.
Wait, I was right.
Yeah.
Did you hear me? I said it twice.
Did
I
you
know.
hear me?
I just like hearing it.
Oh my god. I hate him.
I was right about Amanda and Quentin, and I've been
Well,
wrong.
stop saying you were right about Quentin. That wasn't you. That just happened.
Listen, I've made a lot of like wrong decisions. But
Yeah.
The ones that I've
Have you?
the ones that I've gotten right have been pretty great.
I mean, sure. I don't know about like I don't know if you I don't think they balance out. I think you're way more on the wrong.
The bad
I-
most definitely
Yeah,
outweighs.
you're
the
way
good.
more bad.
think-
Bad
I
weighs out the
think-
good by a lot.
I think that I've pretty much like struck even.
He made
Your
this
most-
shit all about him
Yes,
again. This
everything's
is the
about
fourth
him.
time this podcast.
Yes, all over again.
The fourth time.
Your most redeeming quality is that you are incredibly friendly. Like almost to a fault. You're like a
unless you're working with him and he like claims that you don't do shit.
yeah.
No, that was. me
You're
trying
like
to be
if a
friends with you.
3-year-old golden retriever became a human.
Yep.
I think that's because you're still young enough to be like in the puppy mindset, but you're also old enough that you're like fully grown. But like, and you're also a human that can speak words. So like, you're basically just a 3-year-old golden retriever that's a person.
very specific.
Yes, but also incredibly accurate. Am I
yeah.
right?
Yeah.
God, I'm good.
Very good.
broke my Bose glasses, but I got new ones.
How did you break?
How'd you break them?
So they were plugged up on the other side of this pole,
Yeah.
and I picked them up and took them off the charger, and they fell 1 foot and broke.
Damn.
They
At least you got
they just
the
wouldn't
insurance.
charge anymore. I did. And it took a fucking month to get a new pair, but I did, and it was only $20. So
Good.
you can't beat that.
No.
The only thing you have to
What'd
pay
you
for
pay?
again is the
Shipping?
warranty.
Oh.
No, I got them at Walmart again. So what happens is, since it's Walmart that I bought them at and not Bose specifically, I couldn't just take them in and get get the warranty process there. I had to send them in by mail to fucking New Jersey or something, and then they decide there whether they are fixable or not. If they are not fixable, they just send you a $200 gift card for Walmart, and you can go buy another pair. But it works the same. You know, you get the fucking, and I just had to repay for the warranty, which is $20. You
Yeah.
can't beat, like, if they break, buying a new pair for $20 effectively.
Yeah.
Because I'm always going to get the warranty again. Now that I know they're that easy to break, but I'm also always going to
Be
fucking
careful.
get them. Whether they work or not, I'm going to fucking, I can't live without them now. I love them so much. Last night, the whole fucking night I worked, I just had them on. Like, I just wear them in the fucking indoors. I'm wearing headphones, fucking sunglasses while I'm at work. And everyone's like, what the fuck? I'm like, let me live to my fucking playlist.
There's a guy at the bar that does that at One Up. He comes and dressed up in like a suit.
Oh
and-
my God!
You
I
know
saw
what I'm
him.
talking
I
about?
saw him the other week.
Yes.
Oh my God! Hold on a fucking minute. Me and Ashley were up there.
She said the lights bother his eyes. I asked him.
You, of course, you would fucking talk to him. Like
I know I know everybody there. Okay.
dude,
Do you-
I don't think there's a
it freaked
person-
Me, it freaked
I don't
me
think
the
there's
fuck out.
I don't think there's a person Creighton won't talk to.
It freaked me the fuck out. We were all up there ordering drinks, and Christy like tapped me on the shoulder, and she's like, "Girl, look the fuck behind you." And I like whip around, and because like I'm
That
obvious,
hard?
yeah. I looked around, and like Ashley instantly was just like, "I need to beat someone's ass," so she looked around too, and we were both like, "What the fuck?"
That
and
dude,
so we
Yeah.
turned back around, ordered our drinks or whatever, and we turned back around. He was gone. I was like, okay. So we
like,
went
just
outside.
as mysteriously as he
Yeah.
appeared.
So we went out there and sat down, and he sat next to it, like at the table next to us, and like he looked like he was taking like a business call. He had his AirPods in, and he was talking all like, he kind of reminded us of George. Like once, me and Christy were like, well, Christy was like, kind of looks like George because of how snappy like.
Yeah, he's
He
dresses
dresses,
and
yeah.
stuff. Yeah. Damn.
Damn it, this is gonna drive me crazy.
What happened?
We just need another webcam, like the one that I have or the one you have. Hey, easy, you're pressing on my screen there.
Nothing changed.
Actually, it did follow.
Your entire forehead was cut off.
Yeah.
It's
it
it's
was just
not,
your eyes
It's
and a
not
mic.
hard to cut that shit off. It's so big.
No, but so I was listening
It's harder
to
to
him.
keep it all on screen.
I talked to him a little bit, and then one night I was
I
listening-
was open. I'm sorry. I could not help myself.
I talked to him one night, and then another night I was just listening to him, like not eavesdropping on purpose. I just had like sat there and was waiting on somebody had left, and I was waiting on them to come back. And I heard him talking to the bouncer at the door, and they're like, he was just like, "Yeah, man, the lights just bother my eyes, so I wear these sunglasses."
He was wearing them out fucking side too.
Well, there are lights outside.
That's
too.
the hardest part about me wearing them at work is like our bathroom's like 100 yards away in the building. So like most of the time I just walk outside and pee outside. And like it'll be nighttime and I'm like, I'm going to keep my glasses on. I'm like, oh, I can't see, but I have to listen to the music. So I just fucking waddle into the darkness with
Is
sunglasses
that what you were
on.
freaking out about over there?
No, I just remembered two things. One, we haven't recorded since before I went to Tennessee. I went to fucking Tennessee. I haven't even mentioned that. So much shit
I've
happened in
also
Tennessee.
moved out of state.
And you've moved out of state. So
It's
First
into our
thing,
state, out of your state.
don't feel lonely. While walking around in Tennessee, literally a group of the thoughtiest women I've ever seen, like 9 of them, they were like, "Oh my God, you," and pointed to me. I was like, "What?" And they're like, "You have the biggest forehead I've ever seen." And I was like, "What the fuck?" I was wearing a hat. I was like, "What?" And they're like, "Oh my God, it's bigger than we thought." I was like, "What's happening?"
That you have never heard that
And then-
before your forehead thing.
Charlie,
and then she just, and then they just walked away.
Charlie, you
It's like they
shoulda-
just called me out.
Charlie, you should have seduced them, made them fall in love with you, and then broke their hearts.
Listen here.
It would not have been hard. They were
they knew me.
exquisitely thought.
I knew them, and I purposely told them what you
Thank
looked
you.
like.
You paid
Thank
them
you, man.
off.
Yes,
You
I
paid
did.
them to go to Tennessee and tell me.
You know what? I could see you being an evil mastermind.
That is why I have no money. I had to pay all of the thottiest women.
My
in
ukulele
Tennessee.
collection.
Yes.
Well, my collecting of ukuleles has finally yielded me the greatest ukulele I've ever held.
Let me see it.
I bought this ukulele in Tennessee.
It's pretty.
It is a Cordoba.
It looks
It's
just
made
like
of
the other
maple
one.
and cedar, red
Mm.
cedar, and it is the prettiest sounding, best feeling, like my not even close my favorite ukulele ever that I've purchased. It was so nice.
How much was it?
Like I think for it and the case, it was like right at like $180, which is a good price for a this is a big gigantic ukulele. This is a fuck, I can't remember. A baritone. But I have not even like looked at my other ukulele since I got it. I've played this ukulele so much. I love it. So much happened. We have to go to Tennessee. The three of us. We have to one we have to road trip. Two, we have to go to one of the malls
Let's go
up
to
there.
Gatlinburg.
Yes, that's where. So, dude, where's my fucking wallet?
I thought you were about to say, "Where's my gun?"
Yeah.
I'm gonna shoot us to Tennessee.
Hold on, wait. Let me
He's gonna tie us to the bullet.
Hold on, I have to find the card.
That's a shame because that's not even the stupidest thing you've ever said on this fucking
Okay.
podcast.
Doug? Doug Wyatt. This is where I got this ukulele.
Oh,
Doug
you know
Wyatt
Doug?
Guitars. Shut the fuck up. He makes guitars. This guy makes guitars for like electric guitars for a living.
Did you see Ted Lasso won an Emmy?
Yes, it won so many Emmys. Roy won again. Ted won again. It won Best Show. It won all this fucking awards again.
Sorry, I had to go through that.
No, I'm with you. It's fucking awesome. This guy, Doug Wyatt. Here's what happened.
Uh-huh.
The third to last night we were there, I went and bought the ukulele and sat and talked to this guy, Doug, for 2 hours.
Holy shit!
Because he was just the coolest dude in the world. The next day we went back, and I was like, I could just explore Gatlinburg with my friends,
Or I could talk to Doug.
or I could go talk to Doug. And
When
I
you
went and
guys gonna
talked to
go out on
Doug.
a date?
I went and talked to Doug for like 4 hours. Everyone go visit Doug. I'm about to explain to you this guy. Doug has been building guitars and doing shit for you, Creighton. If we go and he lets you see what he let me see, he's got Black Panther issue 1. He's got issue 1 Fantastic Four. This guy has a book
Now
of
you piqued my interest.
he has a box of comic books like older than like our parents.
Damn.
Like this guy has a lot of great anyway, he has what looks like just a guitar store, like like a Guitar Hero but mini, where he sells guitars and ukuleles and other instruments. He has advertising for a synthesizer museum. A synthesizer. You know what a synthesizer is? Do you know what a synthesizer is, Creighton?
Yeah.
Okay. So he has an advertising for that, but it's not open yet. And so I'm like, well, what's a synthesizer? And so he has one in the guitar store that's not for sale that he just shows people as kind of like a taste of what's to come. He's going to open a synthesizer museum at this fucking mall in Gatlinburg where he has the guitar place. This guy has some of the coolest shit. I can only say so many stories. He only let me take pictures of one of them. He has a synthesizer, just like to give you an example. One of them that they only made it in Russia, and there's only like so many of them that are even available, and even less that are in good condition. The one he has is in perfect condition, and the fact that it's in perfect condition is amazing because the guy that sent it to him in a potato sack that just had the address written on it.
Wow.
And somehow made it fucking halfway across the planet in perfect shape to Doug years ago. This guy has like 300 synthesizers in this fucking museum that he's creating.
Wow.
I mean, it is, and like everyone has a story. And he's sitting there. He only showed me because I think because we just became such close friends. Like we became like fast
Did you get
friends.
his number or anything?
Well, it's on the card. I'm gonna.
No,
I told him I was
like,
gonna.
Do you ever call him? Or like
I haven't
what?
yet. I told him 1 month. I'm going to give him 1 month, and if this place isn't open yet, I'm going to call you every month and just have a conversation for a few minutes to see like how close it's coming. Because I told him what he needs to do is 1, open the museum. It's cool. But 2, he needs to record all of the synthesizers. He needs to make like a YouTube channel that is just my virtual museum and and record like a video for each one showing like a story about each one.
Yeah.
But that's just one cool thing. That whole trip was great. We'll have to do it. I forgot all about the fact that I went to fucking Tennessee a month ago. and just now remembered it. But Doug,
Doug, if you're listening.
well, no, if there's any reason for us to all go somewhere again as a group, like Virginia Beach was great, I'd go back in a heartbeat. We should also go to Gatlinburg and meet Doug. At
Oh.
least just go meet him and like so I can say, hey, I don't know if you guys would get along with him like I do. I get along with so many different people so easily. But the mall that it's in is just cool anyway. Like it's a fucking gangster ass little mall in Gatlinburg.
So
That whole street is awesome.
So like the reason I know about synthesizers is 'cause that's like what they used to make the music in the original Halloween movie.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. Synthesizers are fucking gangster.
Yeah, that's what John Carpenter
got so many.
is known for when it comes to his music
Yeah.
stuff. I know he has a band too, but I know less about that.
Oh man. I'm really sad that we're not gonna be able to do this for a week.
It's okay. We'll all be together again.
Well, me and Amanda will.
Mm.
We're gonna do a podcast. We gotta do a podcast.
Well,
We'll just have a podcast where you
so-
and me talk about Tennessee.
I haven't talked about why I'm leaving again.
Yeah, you did. You said you're going to the beach.
Yeah, but I'm not just going to the beach. I'm going to go take care of my mom for like a little bit.
Oh, okay. Well, let's discuss this and then wrap
Yeah,
it up because
she's
we're an
had-
hour and 44. This has been a good podcast.
Yeah, she's
Had a good
having cataract surgery.
Oh
Which-
shit!
Yeah, she already did the one eye.
How long has she
which
had
is
them?
When I don't know.
Does
Like
she- I mean,
cataracts?
Yeah. Does
Or-
she know? Like, has it been a long time?
Well, I
that
mean,
she's
you
had
know,
them?
they kind of just develop over time.
Yeah, but I mean, has it like been noticeably bad for a long time? 'Cause
I
I already
guess.
have them.
I
I
don't
definitely
know.
need to get that done
I
eventually.
don't know. I didn't ask about that part. So she had the one done like 3 weeks ago or 2 weeks ago when I went and stayed with her for 2 days. I don't know if you guys remember that. And then she had the other one done, or she's getting ready to have the other one done Monday. And the surgery isn't really the worst part for her. It's the after part. She gets like sick from the medicine and the anesthesia. And also she can't see, so we have to drive her around.
Yeah.
My grandma's going.
Again?
Yeah, that's what
She
I'm
enjoyed.
Wow.
So
that's
she
what I'm
enjoyed it.
saying. Yeah. So like I was kind of surprised that she went the first time, but she's going again. So like
She
something's
must
gonna-
have had
some-
like
some-
a good enough.
and
She
for a
probably
longer
she just misses
time.
her daughter. Is
Yeah.
probably what it is the most.
or
Or she's
she's
gonna
planning
convince.
something.
She's gonna try and move down there.
She's up to something.
You think she's gonna try
Yeah.
and move down there?
No, I don't know.
What do you think she's up to?
I don't know.
Do you think she thinks your mom stole some cutlery or something?
No, I don't. I don't think it's that. I think she's studying her house 'cause she wants to remodel our house to look like.
Oh my god.
No, like listen to
No,
me.
I mean, I believe it.
I like 'cause my grandma's not evil, but she thinks like an evil genius. You know what I mean? So it's like
I mean, your grandma's a little evil.
yeah, but like not in a she's evil in like a like I love you kind of way. Like she's evil in the same way that Oliver Queen's mom is evil in Arrow.
That's a reference that's going totally over my head. Just like an
she's
arrow that he would not miss.
evil in the same way that damn, there's not like a lot of evil mother figures that I haven't come to mind. Oh, you've seen Encanto, right?
No.
No.
Well, this has been a good episode.
You've seen
Yeah.
Moana, right?
Anyway, yes. Anyway,
Okay,
you're
so
going.
She's
it's
evil.
not an evil motherly
She's
figure.
evil like the dad in Moana is evil.
The dad isn't evil.
No, but like he doesn't want Moana going out past. the reef.
Anyway,
It's a whole thing. You should watch.
you're
it.
going out of town
The Rock.
to take care of your mom.
Yeah.
We get it. Jesus Christ.
He-
Jesus Christ.
Anyways, you're welcome, Charlie.
Thank you. Anyway, this has been a very good welcome back podcast. Time to say goodbye for a week. Maybe. Again, I'm going to convince Amanda. We're going to do a podcast this week without
we
Creighton.
should let Amanda come by herself and play Red Dead.
Yeah, you should come play fucking Red Dead
I
Redemption
would
all
have
on your own.
no fucking clue.
Look,
what
we'll
is
turn it
going
on for you and everything. All you have to
Nah,
do is
low
listen.
key, what we should do is you and me play The Last of Us.
No.
You don't think she'd
Uh,
like it?
Maybe. I don't know.
I think
Yeah, that's a
I-
better idea.
I think
That's a
she'd
good
like
idea.
it a lot, honestly.
You're gonna need these.
You're gonna cry though.
'Cause like it hurts my eyes.
It's
I
good.
don't like feeling things.
But it's fun to feel.
No, it's not.
Okay.
Damn.
Anyway, we're gonna have to have a talk about that. Anyway,
Shut the fuck up.
Do
we love
wanna
you
talk
guys.
about it, Amanda?
this will be. Ooh, you know what? This is a good question to ask myself. Did I upload the last episode? Yes. Okay, I did. Good.
No. I thought you. Yeah, you did. 'Cause
Yeah, I
we
did.
uploaded it right
After Red Dead.
Yeah,
Yep. Right before
yeah,
Red Dead.
yeah.
Okay. Well, I love you guys.
I love you.
I missed this. I can't wait to keep
Amanda.
doing it. Wow, that's crazy. Goodbye, Amanda.
Goodbye.
Until next time, Creighton, say goodbye.
Goodbye, Creighton.
I tried to trick him. Goodbye, guys. We will see you next time. Hopefully sooner than later. Goodbye.